Right, whenever you're fucking ready then, Drive.
Right. What was the Japanese woman saying to her friend?
Oh, so don't be racist.
Go on.
Don't be racist.
Go on.
I got no fucking idea. I don't speak Japanese.
Arigato.
Anyone else got a joke? Or?
Oh, yeah, I might as well bring out one while I'm here, right? Did I ever tell you about the time I dated twins? Ever tell you any of you about that?
No.
No, because people always ask me like how I could tell them apart. Well, Samantha had blonde hair and Dave had a penis.
Oh, rip it up, Marlon.
Good evening, scumbags.
Assalamu alaikum, Shabbat shalom, and a holla holla bling bling, you absolute pieces of shit.
We're back once again.
Like the renegade master.
With ill behaviour.
Default damager.
Powers of the people.
There we go. Thank you.
I was like, I don't know the next line.
Lyrics.
What a day.
What a day.
Who have we got on to this week?
We've got an absolute rabble on this.
Proper.
We've got 3 guests. So I had to set up the 5th mic with the splitters and all the shit. So
You didn't bitch about
this
that.
is going to be a warning for everyone. There's probably going to be carnage. So
It'll be fine.
So who do we have?
We've got our man, Gummy Bear, Gilo, Gelato.
Hi, how you doing? You alright?
I totally forgot. I'm going to have to think of like a new nickname from every time I refer to him now.
Every
Shit.
time.
And I haven't got producer Titch now because he's on the mic.
Oh, no,
Speaking of which, Titch,
Hello.
how the devil are we?
Oh, we're all right, mate. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you for asking, sir.
Thank you for actually having me on for a full podcast.
So you just like sitting on the mic, just chime in a couple times.
Exactly, yeah.
There's no bitterness there at all, is there?
No, not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all. Glad to be here again. It's
Just glad to get out, aren't you?
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Don't get out much, so it's nice to be out here and back in the doghouse.
And the return of Tom Carver. How you doing, mate?
Hello, my wonderful friends. It's the flip flop flowing motherfucking Robin motherfuckers back.
What an intro.
Sorry, half a beer in
You
there.
had your own intro.
Wait a
Right?
minute. There you go.
There you go. You have your own intro.
Right, well, before we kick off the podcast, could you two do me a massive favour and
Suck your
open...
dick?
Well,
Maybe
we're at
later.
it. That'd be my Christmas present.
Ah.
But I've bought both of you Christmas presents. So,
You have.
Reg,
You have.
if you could open yours first.
Oh God. Right. Okay.
So, backstory quickly. I went to Yeovil with Marlon and asked what I could buy Reg as a Christmas present, and he had to fucking hate it, and he couldn't come up with anything. So I found that.
Hang on. What is a...
So I bought Reg the abnormal sex life of Adolf Hitler.
Shit.
It's a fucking page there, right, isn't it?
Oh, you know when you
You got any pictures or no?
You know when you look at a book and you're like, ah, funny. It's a joke. It's a notepad
No.
with a weird cover. No. Listeners, this is a fucking. How many pages is it? This is a 292-page book of the peculiar sex life of Adolf Hitler. And on the front, it has a picture of Hitler in his like the quintessential picture of Hitler when he's sat in a chair, isn't he? I know the picture. But he has tits and what appears to be a pregnant belly, and then a lot of like women.
Whoa. That's just my belly.
What on earth?
Right, so basically, while we were going around Yeovil, I said to Marlon, what can I get Reg? And he kept saying, basically...
Next best thing.
So my original plan was I was going to buy you Mein Kampf, which is
Yes, his
Hitler's
autobiography.
autobiography, but
Yeah.
I couldn't find it to be delivered in time. And I just saw that next in line and thought,
Bit against me, Tom.
that
You'd,
sounds better.
you'd order that, and then 10 minutes later, the old Bill would kick your front door in.
I had a phone call from Jeff Bezos saying, what's wrong with you?
You anti-Semitic motherfucker.
But so Marlon, if you could.
While Marlon's doing that, do you know what Hitler referred to his favourite settee as?
Go on.
Mein Kampfy chair.
Is this where we're going now? Fucking Hitler jokes.
Oh,
I don't know, you haven't seen this book yet.
what? What is it?
It's the Sun. It's the
Oh my
Sun's.
God.
It's the Sun's publishers of release of Looking for Madeline. I was going to buy you Kate McCann's book, but that fucking thieving bitch wanted 17 fucking quid. Talk about capitalising on your fucking daughter being kidnapped,
Fucking sod.
allegedly.
Yeah, I was going to say allegedly.
The must-read account of the mystery that continues to grip the world. No, you killed her.
Allegedly,
That's it.
allegedly,
It's
they
all
have a
alleged.
lot of money. They will sue us.
Apparently.
Yeah, a lot of our money.
That is also
there's
a
pictures in
like
this.
400-page book. Merry Christmas!
I'm going to read this and study each page to find out where she is.
Go on, Marlon. By next week, mate.
Can you
what
give us?
work
Can you
out.
give us an excerpt? Just
right.
pick a random paragraph. Actually, I really
Here's
should have done this.
Marlon's Madeline bullshit.
Madeline conspiratorial bullshit.
Those promising contributions included Virgin's Sir Richard Branson, British Home Stores boss Sir Philip Green, Harry Potter creator J.K. Rowling, Everton Football Club chairman Bill Kenwright, Manchester United's Wayne Rooney, and Rupert Murdoch's then still flourishing News of the World newspaper.
So what? These
Wow.
like suspects?
No, all the people.
Wayne Rooney.
Where's Madeline? Wow, Shag, don't know.
we got a flight out to Portobello with Epstein. Actually, weirdly enough,
Nice.
said Jerry.
Ah, thank you very much, mate.
Oh, thank you. I don't know how I'm going to explain this to my wife or anyone that ever comes into my house ever.
I want a report on that by next week.
A full book report.
Full book report.
Would you like?
you're back at school. Let's have an excerpt. Go on, Sam.
Oh God. Oh,
Yes, Daddy?
I've picked a.
here we go.
I've picked a real.
Wait a minute, I got the right button.
Goodbye to being gay. Hitler tried to become completely heterosexual in his late 30s, of which there is a picture of. I can't remember. Do you know what that statue is? Is it done by? Is it Da Vinci or is it?
That is. Yeah, it might actually. No, that might be.
It's a sculpture done by I think it's Da Vinci or I can't remember.
It's not Michelangelo.
And Michelangelo. So Michelangelo is a naked man, sort of bent round with very prominent abs, and Hitler is trying to look the other way.
you know, he checked that ass out.
Don't look at the penis. Don't look at the
No,
penis. It's like that skit from Family Guy. So it's like the theory of why Tom Cruise is running in all of his movies. Can't catch me, gay thoughts. Tom Cruise, don't sue me as well.
Yeah,
The
yeah. Allegedly.
the Scientologists will be after me. You know. Oh, so how is everyone anyway? Marlon, how are you?
That's not the right question, mate.
Well, no, I know, but I was just trying to not be so fucking samey all the time. Like,
but people
how
like
are,
that.
How are you? People like consistency.
So my week's been absolute fucking dog shit.
okay, right.
As per.
Roger.
Land Rover sucked dick. Honestly, it's been a week of like ridiculous shit. You know, people in the game will know, obviously, like big time
People
mechanics.
in the game.
Yeah.
The game is generally referred to as prostitution, Marlon.
Oh,
if she's on
Well,
the
that and
game,
mechanics, exactly the same thing. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
you're just horse to snap.
So,
on.
like, obviously, we're big in the technician mechanic game. It's just been one shit after another, like ridiculous faults. For instance, D4 in yesterday.
Discovery 4 to anyone that doesn't know who's not in the game.
The uninitiated. Yeah.
The top boot wouldn't open on the button. Would open on the key.
Actuator in the no, not the actuator.
No, you'd
the
just think
fucking-
the switch, wouldn't you?
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, sorry.
So tested the switch is open circuit. Lovely. It doesn't do fuck all. Replace the switch. Yeah, still the fucking same. So somewhere in the route from the basically the top of the boot,
Oh yeah, I know what you're gonna say.
this big ass 6 meter wire to the front of the CJB, you got a break in it.
Find it.
No. Run a wire, Shag.
Job done.
Yeah.
Say fucking about, innit?
That's it. And now it works. Fantastic. Lovely. But yeah, it's just been a week of shit, mate, to be fair. Merch. All of it, bar 7 orders, has gone out. That's the black mesh back truckers have not gone out yet, which I'm expecting Monday.
Which will be Monday just gone.
So they should have received everything by then,
Well, okay.
by this podcast. Obviously, last night we boxed the majority of shit up. Took me and Chief like 4 hours ish, and me about 6 beers.
I'm gonna stop drinking in the week, Marlon.
Yeah, well, no, this week's been fucked, so I haven't stopped. Like the week's fuck drive. We went down to drop it off at the parcel shop. I got this big ass box. Wander on in. I got some parcels for you to post. She started scanning them. Oh, that's a lot of parcels. I was like, the car's full. Oh, yeah. Her face just dropped. Because, like, I don't know if she didn't know how to use it properly, but it took,
she fucking learnt by the end, mind drive.
like 20 seconds per parcel to scan the cunt.
Oh, shit.
And I just kept bringing them in, and bringing them in, and bringing them in.
Shag behind you. He's only trying to have a roll over a hot dog. Marlon's there with 800 parcels and 40 coupons.
I think, I reckon we posted like 40 or 50 last night.
Jesus. Jesus.
Oh.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. I'm glad to be here now. Having a nice beer with my mates. Yeah.
Cheers to that. Cheers.
So, Gummy Bear, how's your week been, Shag?
Interesting week on the old railways. You know, when you get sort of stuck with, there's always that one lad at work, you know what I mean, who's just a little bit quirky, a little bit weird, a little bit odd.
Yeah.
He's a lovely bloke. I'm not going to name his name. I'm not, you know, 'cause I know a couple of lads at work listen to this, but they know who I'm talking about, and he is. I feel like I'm saying bad things about him, and I am. But he's a lovely young'un, and he means well. He means well, and he panics. He's one of those fucking panickers.
Oh, something doesn't go quite to plan. It's
yeah. And he won't just take one thing apart. He'll take half the machine apart. We're talking like 150 plus ton train. He's sort of like ripping shit out of it. And then he texts me Thursday night when we're in the hotel, apologising for insulting me by turning engines on, and started crying about it.
What?
I don't know. I ended up at like 10:30 Thursday night, virtually holding him to my bosom and saying, "It's okay, mate. You can get the machine hours if you want. I was just fucked off and cold and went back to the hotel, basically." But apart from that, yeah, not a bad week. I feel like a bit of a caring, like one of those like carers, but you know, it's like I said, he's a lovely, and he makes everybody a cup of tea. I tell you what, I've had a brew all day, every day, all week, but it's just been.
Maybe you try and find where his strengths lie, which by the sounds of things is making the fucking tea.
Oh mate, it's just it's aged me, Reg. It's aged me, and I'm old as fuck anyway. You know what I mean? Like dirt, old. You know? Old as dirt. But apart from that, yeah, no, not too bad. Cold, wet, pissed off. Didn't earn nowhere near what I'm worth. Life carries on.
Yeah, well, yeah. I can agree with every single word you've just said.
But your eyes say different.
Your mind's telling me no.
Right, let's not get onto R. Kelly right now.
We've
already done Hitler and McCann. Let's.
How many more paedophiles can we name?
Now then.
Cliff Richard, allegedly. I swear he's going to be on that fucking list.
Yeah, of course, it's U-Tree's coming, son.
He is. Anyways,
When's Rolf getting out?
What, the court of King Carasigus?
We're just passing by. All together now. Titch.
Hello.
How's your week been, Shag?
Well, it's been quite an odd one. We'll start with, not really this week, but last Saturday night, which would have been 2 weeks ago by the time this comes out. Right, and for our listeners, we will it's the night of Timmy Tarmac and Dukes of Hazzard Yorkshire. So this night started off a bit weird for me anyway, because I went to a fancy dress party this night in Salisbury, and I decided to, for some reason, to go as a fancy dress as an Oompa Loompa.
It does suit a little bit, though, doesn't it?
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah.
Play your strengths, play your strengths.
Exactly. I'm just playing what I thought.
You're a beautiful and handsome man, but you know what I mean.
So I went pretty full bore with it. I had the wig, I had the full costume, the shoes, the gloves. You know, I even had the face paint. You know, that I had to put on so much that it started melting off my face halfway through the night. So that finishes, and I wasn't drinking that night because I was driving. So I drove back from Salisbury and I checked the old Instagram on the way home in the McDonald's, and I seen that these cunts were in fucking Kudos, the fucking nightclub of the Southwest. And I thought, fucking hell, tell you what, I'm wide awake here. I'll swing on by Kudos and just see if I can see them out in a smoking area or something.
Thank God you did.
So I fucking rolled round the fucking corner to Kudos and seen these three cunts, fucking Reg, Marlon and Timmy Tarmac, just stood outside Kudos. I thought, what the fucking chances? These fucking lads were fucking stumbling fucking everywhere. I pulled up next to them and was like, all right, Shag. The look on their face when they turned around and just seen me turn up, right out of the blue, dressed as an Oompa Loompa. And these guys were just like, Shag, we've been started on by gypsies. Can you get us the fuck out of here? And I was like, yeah, all right, op in. So they all opted in, and we had a lovely conversation on the way back. And fucking, well, apparently you can't remember fuck all because you three were fucking gone.
I haven't been that ball bagged in a while.
You were in the front. You were very quiet, actually. You were in the front, very quiet, and Reg was in the back playing with my fucking cane of like my fucking candy cane and shit like that.
That's all come back to me now.
And so yeah,
Did you touch me?
like this story just keeps going on. Like they've got halfway back, and I said, Reg, I got a problem. I've stupidly lowered my car this week, and I can't get into your estate. And he said, that's all right, Shaq. Just get at the top and just turn in. There's no fucking speed bumps. I thought, oh, fucking sound. There's this fucking speed bump right outside his fucking house. We hit this fucking speed bump. Fucking Timmy Tarmac fucking jumped out the fucking back. Was like, fucking hell, Shaq, that's the fucking sump. Fucking hell. Fucking, honestly, I was like, fucking, I thought you said there's no fucking speed bumps. Anyway, so we pull up on the fucking drive, and I've fucking seen this, heard this fucking whirring. What the fuck is that? There's this fucking Ford Transit on the fucking drive, right? Whirring its fucking tits off. With the fucking diesel heater on full blast, open the fucking back of this Transit, and there's fucking Dukes out of Yorkshire, still fucking pissed, asleep in the back, like, hello, fucking hell, what are you fucking guys doing? Have you had a good night? Yeah, come on, we're going for another fucking drink.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
And
we had more
and then
drinks.
we couldn't get in.
So we couldn't get in the fucking gate because the wind had fucking blown the lock off the gate, so Reg had to scale his own fucking gate and break into his own fucking house. Broke in, fucking had a few fucking more drinks. Had some cold pizza, and then we eventually called it a night about 3 o'clock in the fucking morning. And I'm still there. She's out of Yorkshire. First time she's fucking met me, I'm dressed as a full Oompa Loompa. And she's like, I was like, yeah, this is not how I normally dress. She was like, I'm so fucking pissed, I don't even fucking care. And yeah, what a weird and wonderful night.
I did wonder why text mother at like 3:30 in the morning. I was like, I wouldn't sit up then. I wouldn't sit up. Nah, it wasn't me.
The point that made me laugh the most was just me going home, because obviously I left and you left at the same time, Marlon. You probably won't remember this. So I was just getting in my car and I seen Marlon staggering up the road going, Oompa, Loompa, Oompa, just staggering up the road with a beer in his hand, just like singing to himself. Oh, it was just fucking brilliant. What a night. Honestly, there was just so much going on in that fucking night.
What a night.
You couldn't fucking, yeah, you two were
Literally, you couldn't make it up. You putting up as an Oompa Loompa. I was like, are we in an alternate reality now?
Because we walked outside and we were like, how are we going to get home? I was like, don't worry, I'll ring Pedo Phil. For anyone that knows, that listens, Pedo Phil, but if anyone doesn't, Pedo Phil is a taxi driver in our local area. Now, Pedo Phil is not a pedo, but he does like
Children.
young boys, of legal age, but younger boys. God love him. The bloke will do a decent lift, and he'll do a good rate, and he'll do a free rate if you do naughty things for him.
yes,
The
Daddy.
voice of experience.
I've been offered, but I've never accepted.
Hey, look,
And I was like,
circle of trust there, mate. You know what I mean?
we're all friends, aren't
All
we?
friends,
It's only 5 of us.
It's not going
only
out to
5
like
of us here,
thousands
isn't
of
it?
people. Like.
Yeah, and we all just going to pick up the phone. I hear this like the sound of a straight through Audi just rolling around the corner. I turn around, it's Titch there. Like I said earlier, I didn't even think anything of it. I wasn't even like, wow, what a coinky dink. Oh my god, how weird is this? I was like, all right, Titch, take us home. Just assuming that Titch would be there waiting for it. Nope, just by happenstance.
We are pieces of shit.
Very lucky pieces of shit. Is
Yeah.
what we are. Like a lucky cat turd.
Yeah, and just a little update. Obviously, we haven't been to Kudos in fucking years. Yep, still a shithole.
It is fucking awful. Do you remember we made our own drinks?
Oh,
Do you remember this?
I've seen the videos. I've seen the videos of you guys making your own fucking drinks. And
Talk
it's
us
just,
through it, Rich. Talk us through it.
Rich was struggling like fuck because he was fucking so lit he couldn't pour his own fucking drink.
Absolutely bojangled by this point. And I go up to one of the bars and I'm like, right, I'm going to need a bottle of Bailey's and a bottle of Tia Maria. And she's like, we don't have Tia Maria at this bar. I was like, do you have it at the top bar? They're like, yeah, we do. So I walked up to the top bar, fucking swaggering away. I walk up this barmaid, God bless her, she must have been like vaguely new, because if there's one thing you do not do, you do not hand anyone bottles of spirits. And I just said to her, I was like, right, I'm going to need a bottle of Bailey's and a bottle of Tia Maria, 6 shot glasses and a spoon. I was like, I'm going to make my own shots. You can charge me whatever you want. I'm a barman. I know what I'm doing. I'm not a barman. I'm a fucking idiot.
Yeah, but you owned it, Reg.
That's it. You just act like you know what you're fucking doing. Especially when you're wearing skin-tight white Levi 501s and a Hawaiian shirt. People just think, well, this guy's obviously fucking mental.
Or a sex pest.
Or, one or the other. Or he's just come straight off the plane from Miami.
Or he's just Tom Cruise at a cocktail.
Yeah.
You know?
So, and she just goes, okay. I just slammed 6 pint of shot glasses down, a bottle of Tia Maria and a bottle of Bailey's. Now, the Tia Maria went in really nice. I was like, absolutely boss that. And I was trying to make baby Guinnesses for anyone that doesn't know. And
I'm yet to try these.
I vaguely remember that.
And I absolutely pissed the Baileys all over the bar. And this woman come over and was like, do you want me to make those for you? I was like, I know what I'm fucking doing. And she was like, she goes, I don't doubt that, but you're rather drunk. I was like, I am not drunk. And she was like, I'm just going to make them for you. I was like, yeah, just charge whatever it is. I don't fucking worry. And so, anyway, so God bless her. She made them for us. We sculled the lot. And then she gone off to serve someone else. And Timmy just looked at me and I looked at Timmy. I said, oh, fuck paying for this. We just walked off.
How long is it until you drop the I'm fucking Reg from the doghouse?
Oh, I don't have that level of fame yet, but
It's coming. You can see it in him, though, can't you?
we walked into Weatherspoons, didn't we?
Yeah.
Took 2 steps in the doors to Weatherspoons. I would say I was going incognito, but the white jeans would say otherwise. But I don't think I'm overly recognisable. Marlon, however, is dripping in doghouse merch top to bottom. He's got the hoodie, he's got the hat. If we did jeans, he'd have the jeans on.
As long as they were Levi shirt.
We walked 2 steps in the door. Oh, it's Richard Marlon for the doghouse. I was like, fuck's sake.
Little did you know that was Marlon.
No.
I was like, guys, please, no pictures.
Speaking of the topic of being recognised, I didn't so much get recognised, but last Friday I went to get a new phone, and even though I'm nearly 30 years old, my phone contract is still in my dad's name.
I know. I don't fucking
no
pay.
judgment.
I had to go with him, but you had to book an appointment to go and upgrade your phone.
Oh god.
So we had to wait for an hour.
What
so we
network
went,
out of interest?
EE.
Wanker.
Yeah.
Hell yeah,
get
brother.
fucked. You were better when you were orange.
No, he's fantastic.
No, he's on about
Fucking-
Titch. He was better when he was orange.
We thought we'll waste an hour. We'll go and get some breakfast over in the Fosso Lounge across the road from EE. I had my doghouse hat on. Walked across the road, walked in, and this I can't remember his name, which makes me sound like a cunt. But
You are.
yeah, true. He turned around and said, "Yeah, table for 2." Yeah, we sat down. And he went, "Fucking love the podcast." And I turned around and went, "Yeah, cheers. I'm not the host, mind." I said,
I would have milked it.
I just turned around and said, "Oh, I was on it actually a couple of weeks ago. I did the mental health one," and he just went, "Oh yeah, I haven't heard that one." To which I snatched the menu and just went, "Yep, cheers, mate." He goes, "Oh, I know. My friend Jake goes on there quite a lot, so I would assume Snaker."
Yeah,
Yeah,
it must be.
only Jake. I
The
think
only
that's
Jake
so,
that yeah.
Oh, I think I know who that is. Yeah, I think. Oh, yeah. Shout out to
that guy.
I think I know who you are, but I'm not going to say it.
If
in
you
case I
haven't
get it
listened to
fucking
my
wrong.
episode yet, I'm going to.
Yeah, you're not going to shout out because you haven't listened to one of the most important episodes we've done. So fuck yourself. No, I'm joking.
What
Keep
a
listening.
fucking scumbag.
Scumbag.
I just want to one of the blokes we saw in Spoons.
Yeah, did he ask for a
actually
shout out?
he messaged us.
Oh, did he?
Yep. Or he messaged me on the Facebook page.
Oh yeah.
So shout out to Lewis Tibbs. Thank you, Shaq.
Driver. Anyway, we've gone so off topic. How's your fucking week been, Tom?
Yeah, my week's been all right actually, mate. Funny story. Have any of you ever heard of Manscaped?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
It's that ceramic you can like jab into your balls and it's all good.
apparently,
The
right?
crop preserver and all that shit.
This is where this goes, right? So for ages, I was a disgusting tramp and was shaving my face with the same thing that I was shaving my sweaty balls.
Oh, no.
And then
Nice, own that shit, son. Go on.
That's
Proud of you.
why my
I'm with
face
you, man.
smells like balls. It's not because I love balls.
Just dragging on your shit. These nuts.
So I sort of said to my missus about it, and you know, what girlfriend doesn't love shaved plums?
Damn right.
So I showed her the website, and she went, 60 quid. And I said, it'd be worth it though. Think of the fucking sheen I'm going to have on these hands. So I bought one. Just side note, they didn't charge me for it, so I ordered another one and got one for free and sold it for 80 quid.
Fuck you, jammy bastard.
Right, so I started using it, and you know, you shave the sort of the pubic area above the wiener.
Yeah.
You're not going to fucking injure anything unless you're rocking with a full.
Well, he loves anything that gives foliage to the punani area.
What about the man pussy?
If he can work a fucking LEG quote in
He's got
anywhere,
millions.
he'll do it.
Yeah.
But
Good lad.
so yeah, so I was doing that, and then I thought, do you know what? I want the smoothest balls for the doghouse.
Question is, Tom, can we see the after effects?
You don't want to after I finish this story.
Oh, no,
Sam.
all right, you crack on. Go on, I'll shut up.
So I fucking cracked on, started shaving, and I thought, do you know what? I'm going to lift the balls up a bit, and
and go underneath.
And I'm going to go underneath.
Go for the twerk.
And have a
Yes,
bit of a
Daddy.
boot shave, right? So I was getting in there, and I shit you not, I fucking nipped my bollocks so much it looked like a fucking murder scene.
It's horrendous, isn't it?
It looked like an episode of Dexter. I got straight in the shower, right, and there was blood running down my leg. And I was like, well, I'm not fucking having this. I've got an email written out to Manscaped, and I'm going to copy in a picture of my cut nuts.
Yes. Fucking do it.
I tell you what, boys, it's a fucking good job I was circumcised when I was a child, because if not, Manscaped would have fucking done it for me. And for 60 quid a fucking pop, that
They're
is
supposed
ridiculous.
to not be able to cut you.
That's horse shit. The only thing it doesn't cut is when it's not fucking turned on. It's got a fancy LED light on it, but that doesn't stop me losing every fucking ounce of blood out of my fucking gooch flap possible.
Side note, high five Jew gang.
Yeah, boy.
Shabbat shalom, brother.
So that leads me nicely on to a little question for you guys.
Titch has had a circumcision.
Hey! Have any of you shaved or waxed your crack? And I mean properly in there.
I have tried to shave my. I've tried to wax my. Yeah, I have. Yeah, I have. Well, like sort of the crack, but more like the inner thigh that kind of runs from the crack to the gooch. Somebody tried to wax it for me at college for like a laugh, and I don't cry very often in pain. I cried in pain like a bitch when it wouldn't come off. That was one of the most painful things I've ever had. But yeah, carry on.
I've got Crohn's disease, so the last thing I want is anybody to see my wretched ring out.
I did actually ask my ex. Funny story.
What happened was?
One was because I'm quite a big lad. You get a bit of chafing every now and again, especially when I get a bit warm, and like some sort of sweating, disgusting, hairy marshmallow man. And my ex-missus, I was like, "Fuck me, getting a bit fucking chafy down there," like, and she was like, "Oh, it's because of hair. You like because I'm fucking caked in hair, basically." She was like,
You do look like a drop lollipop.
It's been kicked on the floor and fucking the dogs licked
Trodden
it, you know
on.
what I mean? But so she was like, "Oh, fucking, I'll wax your ass." I'm like, I was like, "That ain't gonna fucking do it." She's like, "Trust me, I know what I'm doing." I'm like, "All right, fair enough." So I'm led there. Well, no, I'm not. I'm actually bent over the fucking settee.
Yes, Daddy.
Strides around my ankles, and she sat there with the old fucking whatever it is, fucking stuff on there.
Are they strips? Like,
Oh, it was strips. Yeah, and she's sitting there. She's like, you know, it might be a little bit uncomfortable. A little bit. That is the most fucking pain. Your fucking fucking nutsack's got fuck all to do with that, Tom. I tell you. She sat there and she was like, I can't remember if it's up or down. She was like,
no.
Fuck it, I'll just pull it anyway. Sorry, Greg. But oh my god, and moral of the story is don't have your ass waxed because it makes fuck all difference. Just means that you've got a really sore fucking ass. And I'd had a couple of sort of scries the night before, which is me never a good thing. And I went for a slightly acidic shit.
So, Titch, what?
Anyway,
Ring of fire.
So, I got into work this week, and one of the lads at work says to me, got the missus to shave me crack last night. I said, oh, right, okay. And he showed me a photo of his fucking crack, like properly everything out. And he was like, mate, it's an absolute game changer. You should try it. I thought, last night, well,
I know where this is going.
I'm in the fucking shower. I got the fucking mirror on the floor. I thought, well, I'll just fucking get down there and fucking have a little shave, right? Little buzzer, right? Gets a bit fucking twitchy when you get close to the
does,
fucking...
doesn't it?
Oh, yeah, hey, hey.
Yes,
Right?
Daddy.
I'll give it a fucking, put the old fucking moisturiser on it as well, right? Absolute fucking game changer. Any male out there, right? Fucking get rid of it, mate. Honestly, everything's so much better.
My ass isn't hairy.
Shits now, one wipe.
Yeah.
Job done.
Really?
Right?
Yeah.
Really? One wipe is done?
One wipe done.
Oh, I was fucking an
Also-
rightly, I use baby oil, but you know what I mean? It was...
Do you find your farts go from like the sound like a tuba to like a trumpet? Like,
So this is what I was saying earlier. When I farted earlier and I said I got a fucking story about this, my farts sound completely fucking different, right?
there's no sound deadening there.
I was in bed last night and I farted and I had to text the matey at work and I said, honestly, right, I'm not even shitting you, it sounded like the fucking Oompa Loompa whistle. You know that? I was like, oh, hello, like, where did you come from? I've been fucking farting all day. And it sounded like a little trumpet.
I just really wanted you to record it so I can fucking hear it. I don't know why I want you to do that, but I really do.
Wait till later, Charlie. I'll send you one over, mate.
Sweet.
Don't, because he's staying at my house. I don't want to hear that.
But yeah, absolute game changer. But yeah, it gets a bit twitchy.
The only hair is basically on my bollocks.
Don't
On
buy
my
Manscaped.
on my face and on my head. My back's not hairy, my chest isn't hairy, my ass isn't hairy.
You're like bald from the eyebrows down. Apart from your
Honestly,
fucking
I'll get it out
pencil
later.
line.
You can have a fucking good old gander if
I'll
you
have a
want,
look, mate. I'll have a look.
I got a female friend of mine, should we say. She sort of said that we...
Keen or no?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Early days, son.
Should do a couple of turns.
Yeah, she'll do a couple of spins. Hell of a blowjob.
Yes, Daddy.
Anyway, she sort of suggested that I should possibly trim down there a little bit because I've let myself go. So she sat there with I've got like a little set of beard clippers that I do my hair and that with. So she sat there, and you ever those moments of fucking trust when she sat there holding the end of your cock and she's running these clippers down it like that. My bollocks are now by my throat. They've just fucking, everything's gone in.
Gone into hibernation.
Oh, mate, it was horrible. And she was sat there, like, and so literally, I'm hairy, completely fucking bald, and then hairy as fuck all the way down the top.
That's the thing. You do it. Like, I always find the problem when you're like shaving down there. It's like, where do you draw the line? When you come to the bollocks,
But you can't do a fade on it, can
no,
you?
you can't. No, that's the thing. I've got like proper hairy.
That's what I've struggled with. You can't fade it nice so it looks good.
It just looks like, like you said, like just a fucking bald patch of hair.
That's right, yeah.
When the last time I like shaved me bollocks, I was like, I like similar to you. I had the clippers out, and I was looking at me fucking nut. I was getting underneath the nutsack, doing the bit where you had a bit of a fuck up there. But where do you draw the line? Like, because then you do a bit underneath, and then you're like, oh, I may as well do the gooch while I'm here. And while I'm doing the gooch, I may as well do like me inner thighs, and then you get around to your asshole, and then you get a hard on. Then it's it's fucking. Well, I'm here now. Out comes Pornhub, and in for a penny, in for a pound.
Vicious circle, like. Vicious circle.
That's a different shave to the one I had. I come out going, fucking hell, love, look at my balls. And she just went, oh, it looks like a mole rat. Yeah, cheers, love. There's the boner killer. I did this for you.
On about penis injuries.
Like the Fallout reference, though.
The mole rat from Fallout 4.
I know the mole rat, but that wasn't the reference.
Oh,
it's just
right,
because it looked like a really weird, bold rat.
Such
Your missus is a lucky
It's not the size of a rat, it was the size of a mouse.
maggot choking on a grape. On about penis injuries, though, I can't remember if I've told this on the podcast, Marlon. Stop me if I have. But so I don't know, about 3 or 4 years ago, I like on the side of my shaft, I had this like little lump, and it wasn't a spot because it never like came to a head or nothing, which is gross in its own right if you have a spot on your dick. But anyway, it's just like a little lump, and it almost felt like a little seed under the skin. I don't know what it was, but it never went away, and it was there for a while. No, most normal people would either just leave it, observe it, or go to the doctors. No, see, I just got a Leatherman. And And it had some of the sharpest scissors you have ever seen.
Oh.
Like the absolute fucking animal I am. I was like, do you know what? I'm keen for a bit of self-surgery and all. I'll do anything. I've been too gross. I got ingrown toenails and I sort that shit out myself with a fucking scalpel and a set of pliers.
For sure.
But anyway, so I just sort of pulled the little lump that it was away from the skin, and I just cut it clean off the side of my shaft. And like you say, Tom, I have never known anything fucking bleed like that. Oh my God.
It's weird, isn't it?
It just doesn't stop. Like I was like, I'll get some tissue and just jab it on there and it'll stop. And you're like 10 minutes later, you take it off. It's like, fucking shit, am I ever going to get an erection again?
Weird wasn't probably the correct choice of words. It's not weird. It's fucking worrying.
It is, yeah.
I was genuinely sat there. Well, I wasn't sat there because I was naked, and that would be weird if I was just sat on the floor wondering if I was going to bleed to death. But like, I was sort of.
I wouldn't put it past you.
That was like a Tuesday for me.
I was still. I hadn't finished shaving the old chap yet, so I cracked on.
So you done half a job.
But every so often, I'd sort of just go, "Oh, I better check," and I'd honestly, I'd pull my hand up and I'd be like, "It's like I've literally been
like
attacked
that is
with a fucking hatchet.
Job's fucked."
Like fucking Freddy Krueger's been at me balls.
Have we just spent 15 minutes on dick injuries?
Basically, Anyway, Reg, how's your week been, mate?
Nobody cares.
Any dick injuries?
No dick injuries this week.
Anything in the voice?
No, nothing in the vice, but something mechanical. Two little boring things from my week. I haven't really done too much, but what I have done, I'm sure all the listeners and everyone here will be very, very happy to know. By the time you listen to this, the P38 will be in for its transfer box replacement. Now, I have nursed that fucking thing on for over 2 years, but it's gotten to the point now where it's a very long hill between my home and my work, and it's long hill, it's not a steep hill. Most people, my car with a good transfer should be able to like hit 70 going up there. I can't go over 30 without the chain slipping on the back. And it just feels like you're taking 50 cal fire from underneath. So I drew a line under it. I was like, you know what? Like Dole said at the back along, winter is coming.
I told her to say that to you.
Yeah, well, winter is coming, the snow is coming, and there's no point having a truck that looks like that cannot do anything. So it is done. I've booked it in. I'm going to pick the I'll probably, by the time you listen to this, I've probably got the spare transfer box. Yeah, it's yeah. So that's the main thing.
I can't wait till that comes in.
Oh yeah, because you won't be fucking doing it.
I know.
Absolute piece of shit. One more quick thing. I don't know if anyone saw on the Instagram. I said that I was having the week off Instagram. I deleted all fucking forms of I say I'm not on social media, but I deleted WhatsApp. I deleted Facebook Messenger. I went off the grid for a week, and I left Marlon in charge of the Instagram. Now, little round of applause here, boys. Marlon fucking bossed Instagram this week.
I tried.
He absolutely ripped it up. And my missus was like, whoa, look what Marlon's done. Like, fucking look at this. I was like, he's set up a competition. He's got 2 fucking videos out. And then I realised, no, Marlon hasn't done 2/3 of this work. He's just got in touch with Jem Warren, the Queen of Reels, and got Jem Warren to do it. If we're going to subcontract work out, Marlon, let me know, because I'll just get somewhere.
Genius work, mate. Genius work.
No, Jem messaged me. Thank you so much, Jem. She messaged me and she said, like, if you want to do 1,500 by the end of the week, you need to bang some reels up. And I was like, that's usually Reg's game. And obviously, Reg has been a useless cunt and taken a week off.
Useless cunt, mind.
And she said, right, send me some shit. We'll see what we can do. So, thank you to Jem.
Absolutely. Thank you, Jem, because they were really, really good. We're hugely appreciating it. But I was like, wow, look at Marlon. I was like, shit, I can retire from Instagram because Marlon's slapping. And they're like, looking at it like, Jem's done this.
And I credited her in every video.
You did. That's why I clicked on it. I was like, thanks to Jem. That's why it's slapping.
But I still, before the videos, I still done 150.
You did. You were fucking, you know how to get them followers. Just bang a competition in. Girl.
But, so, going on to the 1,500 followers. Let me check.
So we are currently recording at 8:30 on Friday night.
8:30, right. I mean, we were at, what, 1,200?
Yeah, 1237 or something like that, I think, when I left.
So we're at 1408.
So we haven't quite made the 1500.
However,
Right.
now I've had a long, hard think about
Oh,
this.
God.
Oh, not you
I've
long
been-
and hard again.
So yeah,
I love it.
So I have fully appreciated your efforts this week, Marlon.
Mate,
And-
I have, obviously, I am not a social media king. I am useless
Can
at
we
that
just
shit.
can we just give Marlon a round of applause?
We
for the
can,
effort he's
yeah.
made? Well done, Marlon. Well done, mate. Proud of you.
I am very proud of you. I know I took the piss, but you've done very well.
You know, after seeing that reel that Jem did, you know, God, she sounds nice in that, doesn't she? God, I'll tell you what.
Ryan will
I
get you.
have
After
Ryan
seeing that
will
reel
get
that
you.
she did and
I
then
have
skimming through it to her
decided-
Instagram for 2 hours.
I have decided that because of the efforts that you have put in, I'm going to do it. So it is already in talks with the wrapping company. He's got some ideas as well with it. It's happening.
Are you just letting him loose with it? You're like, yeah, we'll just...
Basically, it's the same guy that wrapped it in Donald Trump.
Yeah, I thought it would be.
And I messaged him earlier on in the week and I said, are you keen? And he said, course I am, absolutely. And yeah, he's got a few ideas to think up, but it's going to happen. It's going to get down the side of the car. Obviously, the car is fully decorated now. I've got neons under it. I've got Christmas lights on the roof. It's going full bore. In the doghouse is going on the Audi.
It's going on tour.
Yes.
Brilliant.
Thank you, Titch. We do appreciate you doing a lot of this podcast, and yeah, that's fucking incredible, mate.
Tell you what, right? I'm a fucking idiot.
We know.
But lovable.
I'm willing, right?
Oh, here we
Hats
go.
off to Titch. He's done a fucking blinder that he's going to put that on his car. That's amazing, right? I'll tell you what. If you get to 1,500 followers by next Friday,
Well, by the time this comes out,
by the time this comes out, right, on one leg, I will get tattooed #fuckreg. And on the other leg, I will get tattooed #fuckmarlon.
That is big.
it's just like an ongoing thing, isn't it?
Shit, and also, we had, we had a message from Ben Walton, old fucking Nemo earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Let me just find it a minute.
Have you ever had a tattoo before, Tom? Oh, I haven't seen your fucking... Oh, wow, yeah.
So I'm not going to be as charitable as Titch. Like, if you are not anywhere fucking near it, you can fuck off. It's got to be 1,500 or above.
By what time on Friday?
7 o'clock.
By the time you're recording the episode.
Is this
Marlon.
All right. We're going to do that.
Oh, fuck
Yep.
me, here we go.
Here we go.
Right.
If you get to 2,000 by the following week,
By the
actually,
follow-
no. Give you another 2 weeks.
Jesus.
So by the end of the year.
By the end of the year.
By December
Right.
31st,
By December 31st, if you get
23:59.
yeah, I'll get the doghouse tattooed on my leg.
God, this
So
is
you're going to
going
have
well.
one chap walking around with fuck Reg and fuck Marlon. Unless you want something else.
I think that's pretty fitting,
Pretty
really.
fitting.
Yeah.
And then you're also going to have Gilo walking around with
With the full fucking
doghouse
logo.
logo.
Doghouse, I'll put it on the back of my calf muscle.
And then Ben Walton, if we get 2K by the end of January, he's getting the doghouse tattooed on his ass.
Oh, fair shout.
So Marlon, if you give me access to the Doghouse Instagram, I will make sure this happens.
No, straight up. If you get 2,000, I will get doghouse tattooed on my leg.
Yep, I'll make
I'm not on my
sure.
ass because I've got special place for Reg there. But
I'll get either Marlon, Reg, or both of you to come along when I get mine done, so you can
Yes.
verify I'm having
Yeah.
it done.
We could go a little bit of Insta Live, like.
If they let you, I'm more than happy for you two to do it.
So currently,
I wouldn't trust
we have,
me with a tattoo
We
gun.
have Titch wrapping his full car.
Shit, what have we done?
I don't know. I really.
What do you mean, what have you done? I'm sodomising my body for you, cunt.
You're gonna get fuck Reg, fuck Marlon.
Yep.
Gilo's gonna get the Doghouse logo, and Nemo's gonna get Doghouse logo on his ass. So we need to hit 1,500 by the time this comes out. We need to hit 2,000 for Gilo by December
of the year.
31st. Hit 2,000 by January.
End of January.
End of Jan for neat. Right. So you heard it here first, guys. Please If you want to see people in pain and marked for, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm keen for a stupid tattoo. I have 3 of them, I think. I've got Mule tattooed on my ass. 'Cause he's like, oh, I bet you won't do it. I was like, oh, well, okay. And that was, I bet him 40 quid I wouldn't. And do you know what he gave me? 20 quid and a pouch of Backy, the cunt.
Yes.
And that was back when like Packy was like £10 a pouch as well. So I've been wronged. I've been wronged.
But yeah, no, definitely do that. Definitely get it done.
Before we get into the meat and veg of this episode, even though we've done about 45 minutes of absolute bollocks.
Literally, we've been talking about meat and veg.
I need a giggity button.
giggity. Tory Christmas party.
Oh, you bunch of cunts.
What?
Fuck me.
Talk me through it, Reg. Talk me through it.
Well, I mean, I don't got to explain it to everyone that listens, but I'll give you the quick rundown. Obviously, ITV obtained some footage of, I think it was one of Boris Johnson's advisors who was doing like a sort of mock press conference. And she was like, "Oh, it wasn't a Christmas party. It was a business meeting, and we weren't socially distanced. It wasn't a wine and cheese night or whatever she said." And of course that went out. And have you seen the Jacob Rees-Mogg?
Yeah, I saw that one.
No, I'm going to say something now.
What a dickhead.
I'm going to say something now. I've
Wait a
said
minute. No politics, Reg.
No, it's not. It's kind of neutral. I have always been a Tory bloke, and I've always thought that Johnson's a great laugh, and I've always loved Rees-Mogg because I thought he's just a fucking clattering, like he's like a Victorian man, isn't he?
He's a Dickensian fucking
He
knobber.
is, yeah, and I always like he's funny as fuck, but do you know what? After seeing this and after what we went through last fucking Christmas. And obviously, you see all these people who couldn't see their grandparents before they died, and we can, which. Yeah, and us not being able to see our friends and whatnot, which pales in comparison to the people that have they just made light of such a fucking hard situation for the entire country.
Yeah. They are pieces of shit.
And I fucking tell you what, unless there's a huge change in leadership before the next election, I don't even know if I will then, the Tories are going to fucking lose my vote. I mean, it's not like it means one vote, but I think it's fucking disgraceful.
Sorry, mate.
No politics, Charlie.
Oh, sorry, Shag.
No, this is one part where we're going to.
Sat here cringing in my seat.
Very important to talk about.
We're not going to do a political podcast. We're not going to mention it. We're not going to do this. We're not going to do that.
But it's not. It is politics, but it's news, isn't it?
It is relevant.
It is current events.
What pisses me off? I'm a trade union man. I've been in trade unions all my working life, right? I've always voted Labour because that's what I voted, and I cannot see out of any of the political parties anyone I want to fucking vote for.
No.
Keir Starmer's a fucking joke. Boris Johnson's a fucking joke.
He is a fucking
joke. And who the
joke.
fuck's in charge of Lib Dems? I haven't got a fucking clue.
No idea.
I think the best thing for Bojo to do now is to leave. In all seriousness, to leave, concentrate on his own life because he's just had a kid now, isn't he?
Yeah.
Concentrate on the kid, right, and hand it over to someone else who's going to come in and just radically change everything and just
But who?
That's the problem.
The thing is, whoever would have handled this coronavirus pandemic would have handled it badly. They'd have made mistakes, and any of them would. Because you say no.
Nobody's perfect.
Nobody's perfect,
and nobody knows what to fucking do in this modern situation.
No, I say it come out of the blue. The WHO had warned them only the year before. There is something will happen soon. They were like, yeah, of course. But anyway, no one was to know. Anyone wouldn't have known. But I just think what happened with that Christmas party. We were all they were like, remember we were going to 3 days or 5 days of freedom, they called it, wasn't it? We were all allowed to do what the fuck we wanted for 5 days, and they cut it down to 1 day. You're allowed to do something for Christmas Day, and then it's back to fucking lockdown. And they're in the fucking number 10 Downing Street or whatever, having fucking cheese and wine and cutting around and having a party. It's just
There's apparently been about 10 parties in total now, they reckon.
You're kidding.
They reckon
I wouldn't be surprised.
There's 7 confirmed parties, but they reckon there's about 10 parties in total that they had over that period, and that's just a fucking joke.
I'm calling for a revolution. Everyone put in for your... So, I'm calling for a revolution.
Right,
Everyone apply to the government for your firearms license. Get a firearms license.
Doghouse militia. Reg is actually standing next election.
Yeah, I will.
Vote Reg.
Vote Reg.
Vote Reg.
Vote Reg.
Reg for PM. I think it's a
I'm
fucking
on it.
joke. I am appalled with our government. I'm appalled with the Conservative Party, and I'm fucking done with it. It's a joke. And do you know what the worst part is? If they're going to try and bring in any more, like, you know,
If they're going to bring in another lockdown, they can shove it
no
up
one's
their
going to listen.
fucking
No
asshole.
one's going to listen because it's one rule for them and it's one rule for us. And it's a fucking joke, and I've had enough of it.
Viva Revolution!
Viva la revolution!
I haven't got a button, so we'll just do this one.
I suck on them, me Jack.
I mean, Pretty Patel, she a thick old beast. I suck on them, me chavvy.
Guys, the chicken's on the move, like. What's he doing? Jack, I wank.
I will wang Boris Johnson out
Right.
the fucking window.
Morris is on the move, Shag.
Right, before we get in this, we may as well just fucking cut to a break and we're
Yeah,
going to get beer
right,
of the
let's
week
do the
out.
guest fucking beer. So after the break, we're going to be talking about Reg's ass hair and my grey hairs and his flat feet.
Love you, bye, you pieces of shit.
So you are back from the fridge.
I'm back from the fridge. What have we got? Tom and Marlon.
So, little story.
Disgusting human.
Titch is an absolute piece of shit.
That was fun. I could.
Your ass is on fire.
What have you eaten?
He's not eating anything. He's just shaved his ass. If that's the result you get from shaving your ass, consider my ass to look like a fucking child's ass by the time I get home.
3.5 acres of rambles.
Sorry, go back to where we were. Sorry.
Right. So, we went nerding.
Yes, it was fun. I don't know about you, mate. And I
We
haven't said it
grew our
because
virginity back.
it's like getting fucking blood out of a stone to get a reply from you on Facebook sometimes. So I didn't say anything. But were you as disappointed as I was?
It was cool. The amount of pops.
Oh fuck me, there was thousands.
I could have spent thousands of pounds.
This brings me on to a point that I wanted to bring up. Actually, Marlon is the pickiest cunt I've ever met in my life. Right? So we were in this fucking shop and he picked up these, what were they, fucking He-Man figures or something like that? He picked them up and was like, "Oh, He-Man!" Like, you know, like a fucking child.
A genuine nerd, He-Man.
Like, he picked them up.
of Grayskull!
He picked them up and looked at them, and all of a sudden, all the fucking joy left his eyes. He put them back and walked off. And I thought, oh,
Rog?
what's going on here then? I didn't ask because I didn't want to bring up any fucking woeful memories or anything.
Childhood
were in
trauma
the-
going on
yeah,
there. Yeah,
we were in the car on the way back, and he turned around and went, "I only buy first edition, Shag. They were second. I'm not buying no shit." By far,
Wrong production date.
the nerdiest thing I've ever heard anyone say.
You thought you were King Nerd.
The last time I was on here, I fucking swore I was King Nerd. I told you about PCUs and CPUs and PPUs and whatever the fuck.
PPs.
And fucking Marlon comes in and goes, "Oh, it's not first edition, Shag. I don't want it."
Yeah, there was this like whole section of He-Man figures, and I was like, that's fucking awesome. If they're what I think they are, that's fantastic because they look exactly the same. And I picked it up and I was like, reading the production date, and it's like 2015. I was like, put that back.
If it's not 90s, I don't want to fucking know.
Yeah.
Is it 90s or late 80s, He-Man?
Late 80s, mate.
They
Yeah.
did up to
Here we go.
I reckon 95 with their figures. Then they
Really?
took a break and came back in. Why are you handing me your glasses?
Because I'd be a nerd.
I can hear his neck beard growing from here.
Can
But not be funny. You hear all that coming out, and you think, "Well, he's never touched a vagina before, have you? Has he?" But you know what I mean?
No, you were right with "have you."
Have you?
why not ask Chief?
Right, anyway, we're getting off topic again. The story of the beer.
Yes, sorry. Carry on, Marl.
So on the way back from Yobville,
Tell him about the sax. The saxophone man.
oh shit! Right, so me and Tom completely forgot we had to wear masks again.
Oh, yeah.
Right, so
Cheers, Boris.
Cunt.
we got there and we got out.
My
and-
missus come with us just to sort of add.
Yeah, thank you. We went to go in a shop and we saw a mask sign And I looked at him, and he looked at me, and we're like,
We kissed.
we forgot. We didn't bring masks, did we?
No.
We forgot.
Yeah, we did.
So we sent our Jode in numerous different shops, and we ended up in Boots. Outside of Boots, there was a bloke playing a saxophone.
He was playing. My mind's telling me no.
Yeah. And I started dancing, and Tom told me to stop. And
It was when the bloke.
He is the doll to your me. Stop, Reg.
See, that was funny, but it was like, I mean, anybody that's ever been to Yeovil will know that Yeovil's a fucking shithole.
absolute.
What are you
like,
saying about the Queen?
Not quite as bad as
What are you
Exeter.
saying?
But like, we were fucking stood there, and out of nowhere, just the most loud and obnoxious voice that was talking to this bloke who was playing the sax just went, "You are a very good saxophone." And the bloke playing the saxophone just looked at him and went, "Yeah." We were. Cheers. Trouble is, that was the fucking phrase of the day. Then, "You are a very nice saxophone."
You're very nice.
Anyway, back to the story. Sorry. My missus bought us fucking face mask from Primark, size
Yeah.
small child, and they wouldn't fit over my massive fucking head. So she had to give me her face mask, which also didn't fit me because my missus is fucking 4'10" and about fucking
She's little, isn't she?
60 kilos on a fucking wet day.
She got a sister shank.
She does.
Single.
Jode's a spinner, is she? Tell me
She's an agri girl and all.
Hook a brother up. Hook a fucking brother up. Come on.
Another note. After I come on, because obviously, best guest you've ever had.
Ever.
She listened to that episode. She's now listened to every Doghouse episode, and she's fucking obsessed with it.
Yes.
That's what we want.
How old is said sister?
Oh, you cunt.
Legal or no?
She's 30.
Oh, yes.
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 Oh, fuck you.
We like
Fuck you.
them.
I'm single. Fucking tell her.
32.
Sorry, Johnny.
You're fucking married. You're married. You're married. You're Titch.
Laura.
No Titch. Share the love, right? Share the. You know.
I'll let you have this one, mate. It's all right.
Her name's Laura. She
Oh
does,
god, not another Laura.
She does dairy cow milking.
Is she?
Apparently.
Yes, mummy.
Anyway,
Right, anyway, so...
beer of the week.
yeah, we're not right,
We're
scumbags.
pimping out China.
Right, on the way back from Yeovil, we were driving through a little town called Pill, and we saw a sign that said beer with an arrow.
Just beer.
And we passed it, and we kind of looked at each other and went, should we...
Make out.
Yeah, should we... No, shut the fuck up. This is a serious story.
Yeah, beer is
Right.
serious.
Beer. So we drove past, we looked at each other, we said, what beer?
Oh, I didn't know there was beer.
Shall we turn around? So we ended up turning around and going to Wild Beer Co.
Which is in the fucking ass end of nowhere on a shitty industrial estate, really. Isn't it?
Basically, it was like going down to Auschwitz.
I thought I was going to get bummed.
You were hoping.
Yeah,
the
fingers crossed.
fucking track down into it is littered with potholes. There's half of the concrete missing. You turn up to this door, and there is a little sign that says Wild Beer Co.
Saturdays, we do tasters. Me and Marlon were like, oh,
Right.
it's Saturday.
Joe, you're driving home.
She didn't drive home. I give her the keys.
No, apparently.
Allegedly. I give her the keys. She opened the boot, put the fucking beer in the boot, and give me the keys back and got in the back.
What a woman.
So we went to Wild Beer Co. and we have Pogo Fruit Pale.
Okay, before we get started, this is obviously a small beer company, a smaller beer company. I like the fact they have printed cans, even as a small, because we've
Only
had
some
so
of
many.
them.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, only their best sellers.
Yeah.
But even then, I appreciate the
Fair
printed
shout.
can because we have so many fucking cans with a swanky fucking paper labels, and it drives me mad. It's a nice looking can. It's nice design. It's nice logo.
I'm
It's nice
concerned
colour.
about the ingredients.
Yeah, I am as well. Gluten. That's
Barley, gluten, wheat, gluten, lactose, milk.
That's fine. So what is it? It is. Oh my god! I've just read the
So
ingredients.
it's
Holy shit!
a passion fruit, an orange with guava.
Right, Marlon. Not that there is a lot of it, but I think it's about time to The marketing bullshit.
Passion fruit, orange and guava. Passion fruit, guava, and orange leap out of this refreshing pale ale, a tropical hit in a thirst-quenching hoppy beer.
Right.
That's
it.
That's about it. Right, without any further ado, let's get into it.
ASMR.
Smells all right.
Oh, it smells good.
Oh, I tell you what,
That is like nothing I have ever tasted.
I quite like that.
Yeah.
The orange comes first, hard, and then
Yeah.
you definitely taste the passion fruit
The
afterwards.
grail fruit, mix it in.
There's no grail fruit!
I don't even know what grail fruit. I listened to my podcast the other day. Yeah, my podcast. And you were there
You want to
going,
get the fuck over yourself a little bit, don't you? Jesus. Oh, look at me. You're not the only one who's been a guest before. I was. So Titch. Fuck you, Tom.
I'll get the fuck over you in a minute.
I'm going to
sunshine.
fucking shag you, cunt.
Threats of male rape being banded around the
It's not
podcast.
rape if you're willing. Sorry, I had,
when Tom pushes back.
I had a shot on the break. I'm fucked right.
Right, yeah.
Go on,
Do you know
Jono.
what? Starts off really nice. And the initial hit is beautiful. Mm-hmm. And then it fucks off.
No, that guava is.
Yeah, I get you on that.
You know what I
actually.
mean? He sort of says, that's nice. And then it just, all of a sudden, flavour's gone.
I don't know, the orange hangs on longer than anything else and then it does drop off quick, but I think that makes you want to drink more.
Titch.
I'm with Gilo on this. The first hit is pretty punchy, and then the rest of it is just a bit of nothing for me. But it is really nice.
Oh, it's lovely.
It's
It's
lovely.
lovely.
It's
Sorry.
absolutely lovely. It just I sort of just feel like you lose a lot of the flavour after the first taste. But yeah, it's lovely. I yeah, like Red said,
Accessible.
it's
That's it.
definitely
It is.
accessible.
The thing is, I don't want to taste to hang around. I want to drink it, move on.
Yeah.
I don't want it to hang around.
I feel like when Gilo fucks me, I don't want him to hang around after.
It's just awkward. It's just awkward. It's like, how's your day been?
Oh yeah, God, all great.
Yeah. Okay.
Keen or no, Shag?
Very.
So you get an Uber or what?
I'll just, I got a thing.
I got this thing.
I
and-
got this.
Hang on, Gilo, this is your house.
Yeah, I have. Now fuck off.
Marlon, what are you thinking?
I like it.
I do as well. I really like it.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
I think the hops is like in the background all the time as well. You
Yeah.
can really taste them. I don't know what hops is it. We know so much now.
Men of culture.
We are men of culture.
When we went in there, like the bloke was so accommodating. Like he said, "Do you want to try anything?" So we tried a few different things.
Fuck me, even when we didn't want to try it, he'd come out and go, I'll give you another one to try.
Yeah.
He'd give us a free beer as well.
The question is, did you tell him this was for a podcast review or not?
Hang on, right.
What was?
We were driving down the shithole road to the place, and I turned around to Marlon and I said, "Are you going to drop the? I've got a podcast.
No.
We do beer reviews, right?" Marlon's answer to me was, "I don't like to be a beg. I'm not going to fucking do that." We walk through the door, and this soft cunt goes, "Yeah, what it is we do a podcast where we rate beers," and the bloke just went, "All right." Fucking no interest.
Literally, I wanted no fucking discount. I wanted nothing. I
Good
just
to be
wanted
in-
to taste their beers.
We didn't fucking get one. I bought fucking 12 cans of this and it cost me 25 quid.
Oh my fucking what?
And
then
then
I
I
bought-
spent nearly
And
30.
then, for the sake of the podcast, they are 330s. I wish it was a 440, but they are 330s. That's a lot of money for.
But having tasted it, it's quite nice. I'm glad
Yeah.
I've got
You can
another
drink it.
fucking 7 of them at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also bought we both bought a stout as well.
Yeah.
That's like it tastes, apparently, according to their description, it tastes like, is it chocolate and
yeah.
shortbread or something? So it's
Yeah.
called a millionaire stout.
Oh, yeah.
And I tell you what, I had that last week on Sunday and it was fucking lovely.
Yeah, so you messaged me saying, "Have you drunk your stout yet?" I was like, "No, I've not been brave enough."
Genuinely, I mean, I like a Guinness. I love a Guinness. But I've
Somebody
not
has to.
really ventured off of a stout before. And that was, it was nice. I'm not going to lie, I bought another one that was called Yokai and that was fucking horrible.
And I bought some of their lemon and lime stuff, and
So
that
that was
is
nice.
beautiful.
So shout out to Wild Beer. 'cause
Yeah,
they
shout
got,
out Wild Beer.
Shout out to Wild Bear.
he said he's got about 70 different beers.
Yeah,
that are there,
and
and they
Some
brew
of
them
it
in.
is proper nonsense.
Yeah, they brew them in whiskey barrels with fucking. What was the fucking weird?
So one of the ones we tried was it had champagne and cider with something else,
It was like
and that was all right. Very bubbly.
Yuma or
So if you're
you know,
looking, if you're looking for, it's actually called a fruit pale. This beer is called a fruit pale, not a pale ale. Or it's called a fruit pale. If you're looking for something that's orangey, passion fruity, proper fruity,
That you can taste the guava.
oh good lord, I really like it. So right, going around the table, starting with Titch. TripAdvisor review.
I'm on well, yeah, I'm going to go for 4 here. It's not the best thing I've ever tasted, but it's definitely nice, and I'm definitely drinking the rest of it.
Sessionable.
I'm with you, Tom.
I'd go for a 4 as well. I know I bought it and I had a good track record with the last one I brought in, but yeah, I'm going to go for a 4 out of 5 on that one.
Okay, Marlon.
I'm gonna go for a 5. Really like that.
Myself, I'm at a 5 as well. Actually,
Yeah.
Marlon. Yes, I really, really like it. I think it's fucking brilliant. It's just my beer.
It's just right, isn't it?
just right for me. Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. Gilo.
Well,
Do you remember what you told me on the phone?
well.
You would give it a 5, whatever it tasted like, even if it was shit from my
You're
mental
gonna
health.
fucking. You're gonna fucking.
Play on that card.
I can.
Right, for Tom, because I love Tom. He won the best shags I've ever had.
It's a 1.
For the sex, 1. But I'm torn between a 3 and a 4.
Ooh.
Torn between the 3.
There's no points here, so you're gonna have to
yeah.
choose.
All
doing
right. Because it's Tom, I'll give it a 4. I'll give it a 4.
Right,
I know
so-
I went against what I said, but I'll give it a 4.
So on an average of, I think
4.2.
no, it's
Where'd the
more,
point come from?
No, we're working out the average.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
So I can't work out the average on. No, I don't know, but it's somewhere between 4 and 5.
Let's
so,
go
yeah,
4.5.
It's a very good beer. That's
Yeah.
what we'll give it. Yeah, right. Okay, right. Well, thank you.
Shout
very
out to
much.
Wild Bear Co.
Shout out to Wild Beer Company. That was absolutely delicious. I'm going to enjoy the
They're
rest of
proper
this now.
local as well, mind.
They did say tag us in the episode when it goes
Oh,
up.
did they? Oh,
Yeah.
did they? But they didn't give you a discount. How nice of them.
Don't really know how to say
How
that.
many fucking idiots do they to go in there a day?
Yeah, but they probably don't have a lot.
know who we are?
Wait, shit.
Scumbag.
They don't have anybody that goes, I'm not going to beg. Hi, I'm Marlon. I go on a podcast.
Did I fucking beg?
You didn't beg, but flat out you said, I'm not going to say anything.
No,
I'm
you're
not
not
a
beg. You just got to go big dick. And be like, well, I've got this podcast and
Oh, he said, like,
I'm kind of-
what are you interested in? I said, basically, we do a podcast and we do a beer review every single fucking week. And he was like, oh, okay. That's all I said. That was it.
Right.
Yeah, I am not one of those cunts that go, do you know who I am? We
It's-
literally walked in and he said, like, what are you looking for? I said, basically, we do a beer review every single week on our podcast. We're just looking for something different, something a bit new. Obviously, we haven't heard of you. And you're literally round the fucking corner.
So do you want some exposure with their 50,000 fucking Instagram followers?
I don't know how many Instagram followers
They've
there are.
quite a lot. I
Yeah.
look them back along.
Yeah.
Anyway, so, right, Marlon, take us into the second half of this podcast.
Right. Scumbags.
Here we go. Here we go.
Obviously, everyone at the table now has suffered with some sort of
Mental
Issue.
retardation.
Still separate.
you're still a piece of shit. Some sort of issue at one time or another. Some sort of basically,
Some sort of issue with mental health.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's not to keep banging on that drum, but it is important. And all we like to, like, we've done a good half of this podcast of just absolute shit talking, dicks out for Harambe, fucking ass waxing, all that shit. But, you know, the reason for this podcast was.
We do need to normalise blokes' mental
Very
health
much so.
because
Very much so.
there's a lot of people that will go by without saying anything to anyone, and they'll suffer the most because they don't feel like they can have a shoulder to cry on. They don't feel like they have any escape. Like they're locked in that. But here we are now with one of the biggest blokes I've ever seen. Gummy Bear,
Hello, sweetheart.
you gorgeous piece of ass.
Damn.
You did a post on. You did 2 posts on Instagram.
I did, yeah.
Do you want to go into it a little bit?
Yeah, basically, I've suffered with mental health issues, mainly depression, for most of my life. Can't put my finger on it. Can't tell you where it started, when it started.
There's no source.
There's no source. There's no source. You know, I didn't have a bad childhood or anything like that. There was no sort of definable issue on why I suffer as I do. It's just a chemical imbalance in my brain, and I suffer with depression. And I have, like, last week I was really fucking shit. Week before I was really good. You know, and it's just peaks and troughs, and things happen in your life. You know, I've had issues, you know, in my personal life sort of thing last week, and it really dragged me down, and to the point where I just sort of basically sat there, and instead of doing what I normally do, which is checking myself, you know, why am I feeling like this? What's changed? What's happened? Why am I not, you know, and I wasn't looking after myself, and I got really, really, really down, and I had some dark thoughts last week, and I felt really fucking bad, and instead of doing, you know, making sure I was okay, I allowed it to fester, and it got bad. But again, then I sort of sat there and thought, right, gather myself up, try to sort my life out a little bit, you know what I mean? Sort of like, right, make changes so whatever was upsetting me or was setting me off, I, you know, not compartmentalised it, but
Sorted it.
yeah, sorted it, best part, you know what I mean? Had the chats I need to have, and I felt better, and I'm now back on my usual keel, feeling okay.
You have been full send this whole evening.
Sometimes you have to release.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, and it's, you know, it's difficult, and there's a lot of people, and I've been talking to people like at work and blokes I know, you know, about sort of mental health, and I'm very, very open about my mental health, and it kind of it sort of shocks people a little bit. They're like, oh, you're 20-odd stone sort of bearded bloke, you know what I mean? It's like the last thing that's expected to come out of my mouth.
The biggest. For anyone that doesn't know,
The beard on this man.
oh Jesus, like Gummy Bear, he is my little darling. But he is like 6 foot of fury, the hugest beard you've ever seen.
He'd
Honestly,
shag you into another century.
yeah,
I don't know where my coccyx have gone since he's been around.
I love you.
Yeah, I love you more, mate. I really do. But yeah, it's just the little things, and like with me, I sort of set targets for myself. It's like, right, okay, you know, I'm feeling shit now. What's making me feel shit? How can I deal with what's making me feel shit? And, you know, sort of try and get small victories to get myself
Like an
back.
action plan.
Yeah, a little action plan, sort of little checklist of what, you know, and look after yourself. And sort of things like, as we've alluded before, like doghouse on a Friday. Always look forward to a doghouse on a Friday. That is like my ritual for going home. Puts me right in a good mood just as I get back home. Normally I work about 2-3 hours away from here. So this is a doghouse, have a good fucking laugh, cheer myself right back up. You know, it's been a shit week. We all have fucking shit weeks. We all have fucking good weeks. You know. And, you know, and it's just the little things, you know, you sort of try and take the good from what's been in the week, you know what I mean? You know, the little things, you know, whatever. and try and sort of and build yourself up, you know what I mean? And sort of, you know, but obviously with my openness and my mental health, you know, it kind of makes me feel good when other people sort of respond well to it. So they'll turn around and, you know, like I've had a couple of lads, you know, I had a lad at work actually turn around at me and go, you know, sort of put me to one side, look, you know, I'm not feeling great in myself. And we sat there and we had a good chat for an hour, had a cup of tea, had a yarn and whatever. He got off his chest. You know, I think he was fairly low mood. He'd had some problems at home and whatever. And we just had a quick yap about it. He felt a lot better about it. I felt a lot better about it because I've helped him. And we carried on. And it was, and it's a beautiful thing. But we need to normalise mental health because, you know, if you're bad, you know, your head's not right, your body's not right. It is the central part of your body. If your head's not right, you're not going to be right in your body, you know, the side effects of that. And it's such a massive thing, and I don't know why the taboo's there. It really shouldn't fucking be there. And the more
there is no reason for that.
There is no reason for that. And like certain people have turned around and gone, mental health and all that, But it is important. And when I put the post up, the first post went off really well. Like the response I had off that was fucking phenomenal. Thank to everybody that sort of like messaged in, and and it wasn't a look at me, woe is me sort of thing.
It wasn't at all.
It was this is a thing, we all deal with it.
Yeah.
But yet I still got negativity from it. People were still going, oh yeah, you're just a fucking beggy little fuck. It's like, you fucking sad prick. Why are you fucking having to go at me about that?
The thing is, there will always be those type of cunts on the internet.
Oh, everyone gets haters. We get haters.
Oh, yeah.
Every single account that fucking put any sort of negativity towards it is gone.
Yeah. Because they're genuine pieces of shit.
So you set up an account.
Just have a fucking
pop. And then fucking delete it again.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Have a word with yourselves, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you got something to say, at least say it.
Like
not
a
say it to my
man.
face, but say it on your own account.
No, say it to my face. If you've got a fucking problem, say it to me.
Yeah, but even then, they haven't got the balls to do it on their own account. No, they haven't.
That's why they're on social media.
But the problem being, what makes me worry about that is what stakes their mental health in.
Yeah.
For them to feel the need to turn around and be like that. What's going on in their world?
There's a point where you need to not give a shit about other people. If they're coming at you doing this, negative comments, being like an absolute nasty piece of shit, I don't give a fuck.
No, and not be funny. It's for someone like me. I'm mentally strong enough to go, look, mate. Obviously you're
Suck
not. Basically, go fuck yourself. But I do actually generally worry what they're doing, what's in their head for them to think like that. And
to be fair, that hasn't crossed my mind.
No, I'm sort of trying to find the good in all. You know what I mean? And not be funny. And then what makes me, what I can't get my head around is the fact that they turn around and go, oh yeah, you're a fucking beggy needy prick, and that's someone who's bearing their fucking soul. And if your head, if they haven't got the mental fortitude to stand up to that. They're then going to
where are they at?
Yeah, that's it. And it's going and the person they're saying it to, it's just going to make them fucking worse and worse and worse. And why the fuck would you want to do that?
I don't get it. I don't understand it at all.
Someone once said, like, social media is fantastic because it's given someone a platform for everything. Social media is terrible because it's given someone a platform for everything.
Joe Rogan,
yeah, bang on, and he's bang on right. It's like I said, we've all suffered with mental health issues, and we've all been through that, and in various different degrees for various different reasons. But it doesn't take it. It's like someone said to me, because I feel a bit shit and I feel a bit down. No, I still. A mental health issue, and that is severe as any other mental health issue. If you've got a mental health issue, you've got a mental health issue. And
it's not a dick swing competition.
No, God no. And it's not a situation, and that should be treated the same way as anybody else, whatever the level of severity that is deemed on that, But it's we got to get talking about it. We just got to fucking get it out there.
We need to normalise
definitely
men's mental health. As well as women's.
Very much
because I've had a few messages. Obviously, they struggle the same as us.
Yeah.
And in some circumstances, they can't vent.
No, and it's like I said, we having these conversations are healthy. Having these conversations and just,
absolutely,
yeah.
And the response, and one thing I did say to the chap who messaged me, I don't know if you saw it on my post, the second post. And his marriage was going through the fucking. I'm not saying there's anything to do with me. It's not, but he had the courage to go speak to his wife, and now they're going through couples counselling. And he's messaged me since saying that they've started the counselling, and it's a long road, but they've started it. And that's a beautiful, beautiful thing. And that's the one thing I love about social media, being able to get that out there, and was enough for him to go. Wait
a minute.
Let's
do something about this.
I feel like I'm taking credit for it, but I'm not. He sat there and he actually spoke to his wife, and the misconceptions the pair of them had, she thought he fucked up. He'd had enough of her. She, vice versa.
Yeah.
And the fact that
Sometimes you just need to fucking
That's it.
sit down and
have
fucking
a chat.
talk.
That's it, mate. That's it. But yeah, power of social media, good and bad.
Yeah.
Going to what you were saying, Gilo, related to Tom, in that, do you find yourself when, even though you obviously suffer with mental health, as does Tom, do you find when you help people, it makes you feel better about yourself?
Yeah, very
Because
much so.
Tom, after his podcast, obviously, I hope you don't mind me speaking about it, but you said to us, like, having did an episode with us where you opened up absolutely frankly bare to the bone about what you've been through. You said all the people that you messaged you saying, oh my God, thank you so much for doing this. It took a lot to do that. And do you feel the same in that it helped you?
100%. So I've today was my 6th session of therapy, and I actually.
How's that going, by the way? Sorry, I haven't
really good, really good. Yeah,
She hasn't touched you yet.
I tell you what, I hope she never ever listens to this. But just like I've brought the podcast up to her before, so she may well, but I've not told her what it's called. So chances are she won't. One of the second therapy session I ever had with her. I do mine audio only because I get real funny about people seeing me that I don't know and stuff like that. I'm just fucking weird and I'm ugly, so don't want that.
I like to look at you.
I mean,
he's beautiful. Don't
if
listen to his
Gilo's
lies.
fucking you, then
Mate. And I am picky as fuck.
We're having a doghouse gang night after this.
All dicks.
Sammy Rose, where you are? Yeah, so
six
when
out for mental health.
I was having my second session, and she turned her webcam on, and she was using a laptop, so her screen was pointed at the fucking ceiling, and she tilted the screen forward, and she was sat there in her bra and knickers.
Shut up. Shut
And
up.
like she
Keen or no shag?
She ain't bad, mine.
Mate.
And she tilted
All
it forward.
of a sudden, I need some.
All of a sudden, I'm gonna and she turned around to me and she just sort of went, "Right, you shouldn't be able to see me." And with that, I went, "Oh, I don't know, mate. I can see a lot of you." And
You should have just shut the fuck up.
the laptop screen flew back, and she went, "I'll be back in a minute. More makeup for this time." And she went off and put a fucking little nightie on, but yeah. Anyway, back to the original point: depression, sad. No boobs, no fanny. It's going really well, mate. I appreciate you asking. It is going really, really well. I've actually, probably, I would say I'm in the best place I've been now for quite a long time. I'll be. Go on.
What?
Yeah. I'm in the.
Well done, mate. Well done.
So I'll be completely honest. The Friday that I recorded my episode, I told yourself about it.
Yeah.
And I believe I told whoever else.
Yeah.
I forget. I tell so many people about my mental health issues. I'm just an attention seeker.
Welcome to my world, love.
That was a joke. That was a joke.
Please don't give me attention. So on the Wednesday before I came on the podcast, I'd been off of work that week, and on the Wednesday before I came on that podcast, I actually tried to take my own life.
Fuck.
And then came on the podcast and, put on a front and didn't say anything and everything like that. Recorded the podcast, and do you know what? I think it was probably the best mind state I could be in, because I could put forward everything that I was going through, because I was already at the lowest of the low.
Yeah.
So putting everything forward was, a bit of a release for me, I guess. But, No,
you done well, mate. You did very well now.
I can, I fucking laugh and joke and go on about, I'm going to get your names tattooed on me, because I will. I'm a man of my word and whatever. But I can honestly say that the Doghouse, Marlon, Reg, I've had fucking, as soon as that episode came out, I had Gilo messaging me. I've had fuck's sake, Titch messaging me. All sorts. I can honestly say it fucking saved my life. So
I'm glad.
Well, it's not that's not down to us. That's down to yourself. You were the one that came on here and spoke openly about it. We just gave you the platform to do so.
But if you didn't give me the platform, in a sense, it wouldn't have gone heard, and I wouldn't have had 15, 20 people message me saying, "Oh, do you know what? You talking about it has helped me out, and it's made me come forward and talk about it."
We're just two idiots with microphones.
But it then comes back full circle to that point that you were saying about, do I feel better about helping other people? And without your platform, I then wouldn't have had those people message me and say about it, and absolutely, in a really weird way, I would rather help someone else than help myself.
Yeah, very much so.
You know, like when sort of Gilo would message me and sort of say, I've had a really bad week, mate. Straight away, first thing I'd say, what's going on, mate? What's happening? Let's have a chat about it. Because I want to know, I want to help, I want to see what I can do to make that person feel better. Just even if it's just having a chat. Same with Titch, same with anyone. You know.
Definitely.
And it's sort of a big circle back to sort of my therapy and stuff like that. Is that my therapist has put down quite a lot of my problems as I blame myself for everything that's happened to me, and I went through a lot of shit when I was sort of younger, and one day I might talk about it on the podcast, and that will bring on a whole nother subject. But for now, it's probably not touch on it.
Do you find it easy, the fact that you actually have a point of reference that you can go, that's what set me off?
I guess it does, but in the same breath, not really.
Yeah.
Only because of what I went through was so traumatic that I don't know. Like, there's a part of me that thinks, do you know what, getting it out and talking about it probably would help, and there might be people that then come forward and go, oh, fucking hell, do you know what? Yeah, I've been through the same thing, but in the same sort of sense, I'm not quite there yet to be able to turn around and say, yep, this is what I've been through. Yeah. Because, it's fucking horrible, and stuff like that. But it's one of those, again, with my mental health, I am one of those people that will turn around and say there is always going to be someone out there that's worse off than me.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I would rather somebody message me and say, oh, do you know what, mate? I'm going through this, and I can talk to them about it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can bang on about it all the time, but going back to the last episode where I sort of said, like, me and Titch had never spoken to each other before. Never met each other, nothing. As soon as I saw that post, I followed Titch because he had a fucking polo, and I used to like having a bit of a sneaky wank about it every so often.
Why not?
And as soon as I saw him post something on Instagram, I was like, I've got to make sure this chap's all right. And now, I message Titch every so often. Again, a bit like Marlon, it's like getting blood out of a fucking stone sometimes.
Oh, it's a nightmare, isn't it? It's a nightmare.
But, that's fine, because if he just messages me and goes, I'm okay, mate, that's fine. That's all I need to know.
That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know.
Same with anybody. If I message someone and they just go, yeah, I'm okay, that's fine by me.
Obviously, I've been quite quiet. This is a subject that's very, very close to me. I spoke a little bit about it before, but I haven't gone into too much detail. But it's one of those things where I try not to I don't want to compare myself to other people. I don't want to make this a competition, but I've really, really fucking struggled. On the outside, for anyone who follows me on social media, they'll go, oh, he's fucking living his fucking life, like Reg said, I'm one of the busiest people he knows,
Literally.
I try
He's
and do
always making up shit to do.
Exactly. And but beneath all that, there is a massive underlying issue, and without you guys, I wouldn't be here right now. And that is not, that's not me that's done that. Without you guys being here, I wouldn't be here. And this is why this episode for me is probably the most important episode that I will do.
Yeah. And
I'm with the people that have saved me, it's been, so I've suffered with it for like the last 7 years, I expect. Like Gilo, I haven't had a point where I've gone, this is why it's happened. It's just an accumulation of everything in my life, and just like Gilo said, the chemical imbalance in my head. And recently it has got really, really bad, and it's difficult to know where to turn to. It's really, really difficult, Social media, like I said, is a great thing, and it's a really, really bad thing. Anyone who follows me on social media will go, oh yeah, he's fucking, he's got a drift car, he's doing this, he's doing that, he's doing this, he's doing that. Only the real people like close to me will know what's going on, and I appreciate you guys, because you guys know what's going on. I've told you all the story, and you guys have really, really brought me out of this sort of dark place. Right now, I'm feeling okay. I'm not good, but I'm okay. I'll take, for example, you've all helped in your own way, and I'm gonna pick each one of you, you know. Reg and Marlon, I've spoke to you about the problems that I've had. I had a long chat with Reg in here, just had a long chat about it, and it really, really fucking helped. Tom and Gilo, you know, I spoke to you about it, and, you know, Tom, you said to me, I'll tell you what, mate, once I finish work, I'll come to your work, we'll have a chat. Come to my work, we'll have a chat. The same fucking night, Gilo turns up at my work.
Like some sort of fucking stalker.
I'm fucking working away, just trying to keep my head away from, you know, just trying to keep my head in something, just away from, you know, my own sort of head, I suppose. And I hear this, hello? Fucking who's that? What's this customer doing here at this time? And Gilo turns up. You know, Gilo didn't know where I worked, didn't know where I was.
Secret stalker.
He literally stalked the shit out of me and turned up. And do you know what? That was the best thing, you know, with you guys turning up and, you know, Reg and Marlon being there. I couldn't have asked for better, you know.
It's what you do. It's what you do for your mates.
And, you know, when you consider, you know, I've been thinking about this sort of episode for a little while now and how sort of deep I want to go into it. And this is a time for me to release everything for me personally. 4 weeks ago, you know, I tried to take my own life. I'm not going to name drop, but I was in a pretty toxic relationship, as you guys here will know. And that person told me in basically in an argument to go hang myself. She didn't suffer with mental health. You know, she's obviously got her own issues of her own. You know, and I don't wish that about anyone.
Everyone's got their own shit.
Yeah, right.
But for me, that comment that she made will stick by me for the rest of my life. You know, I wouldn't say that to my worst enemy. And in that moment, I was so engrossed by her that I didn't know what else to do. And I just wanted to give her what she wanted to make her happy. And, you know, I ended up going into a bad place. And I found myself in the middle of nowhere, you know, going to hang myself, you know. You know, and I've contemplated how much to tell you, but I might as well tell the full story, you know. And the police got involved, you know. The police got involved and the police found me in the middle of nowhere with a rope. And it's that point in my life that it's been the worst point in my life, you know. And it's fucking tough. And so for anyone on the outside who's looking in going, oh, he's having a great fucking life, it's really not. And we're all suffering. I'm getting help. I'm getting there, and I'm using you guys as my own sort of support group, I guess. And I think that's the most important bit, is to gain your support group.
You always got dog ass shag.
And you know, even for when the doghouse started, and when you guys asked me to be here for the first time, I realised that this was my release at the end of the week. You know, we've talked about this on previous episodes and stuff with other people. It's my release at the end of the week. But a shit week, right, well, at least I've got something to look forward to. You know, I can go in the doghouse and I can just let the head loose a little bit. And, you know, ever since this started, this is my release. And I love being here, whether it's me being on an episode or whether it's me just being here. I absolutely fucking love it. And yeah, the support group and the people that are around you are the most important thing, you know. I talked previously on an episode about Hector, and he is big up to Hector. He is an absolute legend, and you know, he rings me, and you know, he's there, he understands it, and I think that's the most important thing, is getting people to understand it, you know. And the more people that understand it, the more people understand what you're going through and stuff like that, you know. Because I can get days just where I wake up and, you know, I can't get out of bed, you know. I just physically cannot get out of bed, and you think, and you know, to try and explain that to someone, especially like an employer as well, that I can't come in today because I can't get out of bed, and they just think, well, he's being lazy. And if you don't understand, then you don't understand, you know. Thankfully, I'm in 2 fantastic jobs that I could not ask for a better understanding. You know, they're absolutely incredible, and it's weird. Like the more they knew and the more they understood, the easier the job got. So I was going back to work, and I was feeling a lot better in myself for going back into work.
Because they know what's going on.
Exactly. And, you know, it really helped me get through this. And I just wanted to thank you guys, really, for in every single, you know, with you guys here, you have all helped me personally in a massive way. And you've dragged me out of this place. And honestly, I cannot thank you guys enough. You guys mean the fucking world to me. Honestly, you guys mean the world to me, and just to be able to say stuff like this.
Little pause for a doghouse hug.
Yeah, come on, let's all fuck him.
Come here.
Come on, boy.
We're all in it together, boss. We love you.
Let's do this. Yeah. Let's do this.
You're in a better place now, man.
Yeah.
That's the main
Sorry
thing.
about that.
No, don't fucking
apologise.
apologise at all.
In answer to that, you don't ever have to thank me, or I will say it for anybody else. You don't ever have to thank me for helping you, or thank us for helping you.
No.
Like at the drop.
We
of
are scumbags.
at the drop of a fucking hat, mate. Any of us would be there if you needed it. And the likewise goes for anybody else.
Yeah.
As long as it's not a Friday night when we're recording. You are a piece of shit.
Nine times out of 10, you'd fucking be here anyway. So.
And can I just say on that, just a big shout out to the guys I work with. On that night, I basically I went for a drive at 5 o'clock in the morning, just not sure what to do with myself, and one of the guys I actually work with, I found in a petrol station, and I went in. I was like, "What the fuck are you doing here?" And he looked at me and goes, "What the fuck are you doing here?" I was like, "Mate, I need to talk to you." And a massive shout out to Kyle, the dog whisperer. He has helped me through fucking so much, and the guys I work with, you know, Jake and all that, they've really, really helped me. And, you know, when you're working, you just spend most of your life at work, you know?
Yeah.
And, you know, being around people that understand and being, you know, I cannot thank those guys enough, and I cannot thank you guys enough, because honestly, you've really dragged me out of this. And I didn't expect that from any of you, and I never expected it from anyone, you know? You just, because you guys understand, where I'm going, what I'm going through, and you know what to do. I don't have to say to you guys, like, I need like a conversation, or I need a chat, or I need to see you, or whatever like that. You just know what to do. You know, you're constantly there. You know, Hector texts me most days saying, "Are you okay?" You know, Gilo, you message me saying, "How are you getting on?" You know, everyone messaged me just, you know, "How are you getting on?" You know, and it's really, really important to get the whole stigma of it.
Yeah, very much so.
And we go back to the conversation of like helping others. You know, I find me helping others is a lot easier than me helping myself. You know, I've done a video much like you, Gilo, on Facebook. You know, and put it out there and said, "Look, this is what I'm going through, and I don't want anyone else to go through it." You know, and I put in all that video out there, but you know, people look at that video and go, "Well, he said some words, you know, and it's really quite helpful." But it looks like I'm going through an okay time. It looks like I'm okay.
Yeah.
But it's really not. And I think it's just getting the understanding, getting that stigma out, you know. And
It's okay to not be okay.
it is. And it really is. And, you know, it's a weird one for me, because everyone keeps saying it. Everyone keeps saying it's okay not to be okay, you know. It's all right to be like this. And I can tell you from first experience, when you're in that moment, it doesn't feel like it. It really feels like the opposite, you know, and that you could have
literally the end of the world.
It does feel like the end of the world. You know, when I was in that moment about 4 weeks ago, I felt like I couldn't talk to anyone. I felt like you know, that was it for me. I couldn't see a way out, and it was one of the toughest things. And you know, after that, I've got all these people saying it's okay not to be okay, but it's so hard to understand.
It's okay not to be okay. That's fine from
An outsider's perspective.
It's
one of those things that. Sorry for
not necessarily an outside perspective, because that people have been on here which say it's not okay. It's okay to be not okay. But in that moment in time, that doesn't help.
No.
It draws a sort of comparison to, you know, I sort of go back to when I sort of said just now about, you know, the Wednesday before I came on the podcast, tried to kill myself. And you hear from people that say, "Oh, well, think about your family and think about everybody that's going to."
Don't mean a fucking
doesn't mean a thing.
I can honestly tell you that at that point on that Wednesday, I woke up in the morning and the first thing I thought to myself was, "Today's the day."
Yeah.
And that was it. You know, it didn't matter about my mum, who I love dearly, my dad, who I love dearly, my partner, who I love dearly, the boys in the doghouse, who I love dearly. It does not fucking matter if that's what you have decided. Yep. You don't give a fuck who it's going to.
And that's going to sound, for anyone who's listening who doesn't understand it, it's going to sound awful. It's going to sound, well, you don't care about your friends, you don't care about your family. Oh no, we fucking love our friends and family. We absolutely adore them, and they are everything. But in that moment,
it's a different perspective.
It's completely it's an out of body experience. You're not thinking about anyone else or anything. I got my phone there, and there's probably count on maybe two hands sort of thing, people that I could message and saying, look, I am not okay. But in that moment, you don't want to do that. You don't care. You don't want to do that. You've set your mindset to this absolutely just bizarre thing.
I used to sort of find that I could be in a room full of people, but feel like the loneliest bloke there.
Yep, definitely.
And it was just, and it's a horrible sensation, And big shout out to Sexy Phil Welsh, bloke I work with. He's
Sexy Phil Welsh.
Sexy Phil Welsh.
He sounds sexy.
Oh, he is. He looks like a poor man's Joey Dunlop. Google it.
I don't need to Google that
long hair, broken teeth. He's from Devon, but we won't hold it against him.
Scumbags down there.
Oh, he just wishes from Somerset. But having people like that around me, and he, we've never really. Only recently have I sort of really said to him about my mental health issues, and even he knows that fucking it's he's like, you all right, Shag? It's like, yeah, I'll be all right, yeah. And he's kind of like, it's not so much what he says as what he does. You know what I mean? It's sort of like, yeah, you'll be all right, Shag, wouldn't you? You all right? And I was like, yeah, not bad, mate. And it's just his way of sort of like, I know you're not having a good day.
Yeah.
But
I don't want to get too into it, but at the same time, like, you're right, and he drive.
Yeah. And it's kind of like that sort of like, I know you're not all right, but I'm here for you. Just, and that's all you need sometimes. You know what I mean? So big shout out to Phil, and I've converted him to Doghouse as well. He's an advocate. He's all over that Friday religion thing now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mad for it. Going back to what Titch was saying, my auntie put it best, and the best way I can describe it, when she lost her husband, nearly 2 years ago now, my uncle, he'd been suffering with depression pretty much his whole life, early 20s. He took his own life, like I said, nearly 2 years ago, but she put it the best way that I could ever describe it, which was, there was my husband, and then there was the illness. There was two different things. Yep. I could reason with my husband. I couldn't reason with the illness. I could stand there and I could say, you have children, you have me, you have a good life, you have this, you have that, and there's no reasoning with the illness. Where if he had that in his mind, that was it. And no amount of talk, therapy, crisis teams, nothing would help him. And I get too into it, but I can understand that. In that, like what you said, Titch, I've got my family, I've got my friends, I've got all this, that, and the other. None of it means a fucking shit. No. And it's hard for people to understand.
It's not the fact you don't want it to mean anything.
No.
And that's the thing, innit? I'm very close to my parents, thankfully, and when they found out about this, they blame themselves. They say, well, have I been shit parents? Have I not done the right thing? And trying to explain to them that that's not the case, They haven't been through it. They don't know about it, and they've just seen that their son, regardless of what age I am, I'm still their son, and they've just seen, oh, hang on a minute, he wants to end his life, What am I doing wrong? It's nothing on them. It's nothing on anyone else. There's nothing that anyone else could have done in that moment to change that, And it's fucking difficult to explain to people about it.
If they haven't understood.
Yeah.
It's like, I was speaking to Snake back along, and he said, I really struggle to understand it because I've never had any mental health issues. said, I really struggle to understand it, but I do understand that whatever it must be incredibly fucking difficult. And I'm like, well, it is drive. Like,
Yeah.
it is really fucking
To switch your mind from on to
it's
fucked.
It's all it's hard to compare it, isn't it?
You cannot compare it to anything, unfortunately.
No, you can't.
And everyone has a different scenario that suffers differently. That
It's got so many layers to it. It's
layers.
Everybody.
it's like an onion.
It is like
exactly
an onion,
like
or
an
like a
onion.
cake.
I was going for a Shrek reference.
Yeah, that's what I was going for.
That's a nice boulder. I like that boulder. Sorry, carry on.
Depression. But it is. It's a multifaceted, multi-layered thing.
And she a big bitch as well.
She's a massive bitch, mate.
Oh, I thought we were still on Shrek. Sorry.
Yeah, the onion.
But it's
That's like an onion to make you want to cry.
oh, mama.
Yes, Daddy.
But it affects everybody in their own different ways. Like, you know what I mean, and it's hard. And like, fair shout to Snaker. A lot of love for him. He come up to me when we come up here, and he turned around and he was sort of he put his arm around me. He was like, "Fair shout to you for doing what you did, posting that up," and and it meant a lot. From the likes of Snaker and everybody else. And just the outpouring of love was beautiful. You know what I mean? And it's just been.
When you open up about it, you see how many people are out there that are willing to support you and agree with you and are like, Shag, like, I know, I've been there. And you're like, I had no idea that you've been through anything like this. I thought you, like Titch said, I thought you were the happiest, busiest, most go for it bloke going.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh yeah, I've been through all that. I'm still going through it now. And you're like, what the fuck?
That's it. I was talking to a couple of mates with blacksmiths, and we got a little group chat going on, and a couple of them sort of.
I want to be in that group chat.
It's just a lot of hair. You know what I mean?
I can imagine that.
A lot of hair.
Big guns.
Big guns and beards. But like, a couple of them follow me on Instagram. They sort of saw the post, and they were like, "Fucking hell, mate, we didn't know." And they were like. You always seem so happy. We do these big forging things, and we all get together and basically hit steel together. You know what I mean? Hairy, sweaty
Swing
blokes.
big dicks.
Swing big hammers, big dicks. And they were like, "Fuck, we just didn't know." It's sort of like, well, I wasn't going to say anything. You know what I mean? And it wasn't until I got myself to that point where, and what triggered it was breaking up my ex-missus, and then just that then sort of set off a.
Chain reaction.
Yeah, pretty much. That's it. Best way to describe it. Chain reaction of events in my head that I couldn't.
This is shit. That is shit. Everything's shit. Why do I fucking bother?
And I couldn't get on top of it. You know what I mean? I'd had sort of, issues of, obviously split with the ex. I had issues with, I'd had some money issues at the time. I'd had some various things from my past, rear their ugly heads. And it kind of all came in the same sort of period of time. And
A lot of triggers in one point.
that's it, mate. And I couldn't get on top of all of them. And I just went into fucking meltdown. And I kind of see it as like a bit of a sine wave. It kind of goes like that, up and down.
Yeah.
So you get like an earthquake. You get a big event, and then you get the sort of like aftershocks. So I had the big event. I split up with the missus and that lot, and it sort of rocked my world. And then I went really, really down. And then a kind of like a manic depressive, it came straight back up again. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm all right, I'm on top of this. And then realised I wasn't, and I was back down again. And it sort of took a while for it to sort of like go on an even level out. And, like I said, last week felt shit. This week don't feel so bad. And, and it's kind of, keeping on top of it. But again, like I said, I wasn't looking after myself mentally. As you can see, I don't look after myself fucking physically. I love them pies.
You are a gorgeous human being.
Don't you ever change, you sexy lollipop bitch.
You get any skinnier? I'm not keen.
I need that cushion for the pushing.
Oh, you knows it.
I guess the other side of it as well is like, which is something I can relate to as well, is like the anxiety of it. Now, someone told me a quote once, and it sort of stuck by me. Depression is something that's happened in the past. Anxiety is something that's in the future.
Yeah.
It's if we're if we're depressed about something, it's because something's happened and we're down about it, you know. But if we're anxious about something, which is mental health as well, it's because you're thinking up all these scenarios that could happen in your head.
That probably won't.
And it probably won't, you know. And I was having this conversation with someone the other week, you know, about my current worries. And I'm at work, you know, and I'm worrying about money. I'm worrying about my car. You know, I'm saying, well, what if my car breaks? You know, am I going to have the money to fix it? My car isn't broken. My car isn't broke. Why am I worrying about that? You know, why am I worrying about if I'm going to have to get a new car?
It's German. It's not going to break.
It always fucking breaks. Done a 9th drive shaft this week. Fucking
that's
shit.
your fucking fault.
Yeah, that is my fault, but fucking thing.
I'm not being funny. What age is your Audi?
2006.
Right, so my 08 Passat has done nothing.
Yeah, but I like to lower things to the ground and have the drive shafts at weird angles.
I don't know what you're talking about, mate. My 15 plate fucking Honda CRV, mate, like a fucking dream. You know what I mean?
That's it.
Yeah,
We're
my
not always
2000
Like Reg would wish his Land Rovers was.
my 2006 Nan's Fiesta still going strong.
But it's a weird thing, you know, the anxiety of being,
don't break.
the anxiety of everything. You know, I'd say one of the poignant moments in my life where my anxiety was the worst was at Glastonbury Festival. Actually, it was the first time I've been to Glastonbury Festival, and just the sheer size of the place and stuff. It you know, I went by myself, you know, because I didn't really know anyone that was really going, you know, at the time and everything like that, and I was. It just the sheer size of my place, and I thought up of all these scenarios in my head that could possibly happen. You know, what if I was in this big crowd? What if I needed to get out? What if I need to do this? What if I need to do that? And there was so many scenarios going through my head. I didn't enjoy the weekend. You know, it was horrendous. You know, and it's that all the way through. You know, and that's where my mental health actually started, was with the anxiety. Because believe it or not, I don't tell many people this, but my anxiety actually started when. For car shows, you know, I was big into my cars, massively into my cars, and
in the car game, like
you know, and I had my show car, which we talked about in a previous podcast, because I spent a ridiculous amount of money on it. And the first time I knew that something was wrong is because I went to a car show. My car was indoors in this show, and it was up in Birmingham, and they said to me, right, you've got to get the car there for Thursday night, put it inside, clean it all up, but you cannot move it until the Sunday night. So I thought, well, it's fine, you know, I'll take it up there, put it on show, I'll go stay in the hotel, and then I'll come back to the show, you know, have a little look round and everything like that. It'd be great, you know. I should be really, really happy, but someone selected my car to be on show, on their stand and everything like that.
Yeah.
inside mind.
Inside, you know, under all the lights for everyone to see, you know, all shining, all gleaming. Got there, cleaned the car, fucking brilliant. Yeah, absolutely excited. Got back to the hotel, and I was like, right, okay. And I sat in that hotel and I thought, what if I need to get home now? What if I need to get back to like a safe place? What if I need to go anywhere? I can't go anywhere. I'm stuck here. And it spiraled out of control, and to the point where I didn't actually leave the hotel room the whole weekend. And I didn't leave the hotel room until that Sunday when I was able to move the car. I couldn't get out of bed. I felt sick. I felt horrendous. And you know, for anyone else, they were like, well, we seen your car there, where were you? I was in a hotel room about 5 miles away, not being able to even move, you know. And that's when I've gone, well, hang on a minute, something's not right here. I shouldn't be feeling like this. I should be enjoying it, you know. I should be doing it. And that's where a lot of my anxiety sort of stemmed from. And a lot of people don't realize that, you know. A lot of people just seen it was just a show car, and I was just there, and I was absolutely loving it, you know. So there is like sort of two sides to it, and you know, we can talk about sort of depression and everything like that, but there is the anxiety that goes with it as well.
The front is great.
Yeah,
the back not so much.
Exactly, and it's something that we need to sort of get out there, you know. And I'm not using this platform to sort of just go out there and say, I've been for a really, really shit time, you should all feel sorry for me, because that's not the case at all. It's more the case of, if you're going through something and you don't know it, and you're listening to this and going, well, actually, you know, I have, you know, thought like that, or I have been a little bit off with that. It's realizing that there is a problem, and you can get it sorted before it stems too far. Because for me personally, I feel like it stemmed too far. Like a lot of mine, you know, we're going abroad, and that stopped me from going abroad, because I thought, if I go abroad, how am I going to get back if I need to get back really quickly and everything like that? So I haven't been abroad now in 13 years, and I won't. I can't. I physically can't, you know? And it feels... and this is going to be something that may come as a surprise to you, Reg, or this might be news to you. But like, obviously, you guys invited me out to go abroad and stuff like that. And you guys went to around sort of Europe and stuff like that. And I really, really wanted to. I want to go traveling.
Yeah.
I really, really wanted to. I wanted to go out there with you. I wanted to do those fucking burnouts on those fucking electric scooters. I wanted to go out there, but I could not physically bring myself to do that. And there was, a massive point of me. It was just like I felt ashamed. I felt disappointed in myself that I could not go out there and do that. And it was really, 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 really tough, And it's got to the point where it's really, really bad, where I can't go to a lot of places that are brand new. One of the places, that I really, really struggled with, but I sort of brought myself to do it, but for other reasons it didn't happen, but was Butlins, and Butlins literally probably, it's just up the road. But going to somewhere new and having all those anxiety and all those thoughts about, well, what if, what this, what that, what if, what that. And, I was driving on the way to Butlins and I was like, fuck, this is fucking mental. This is, I was shaking at the steering wheel. And I got literally 20 minutes away from Butlins and I was like, do you know what? Fuck me, I cannot do this. This is my mind. I literally just burst out in tears driving. But why? Why? I was worrying about all these things. And I look back on it and I thought, fuck me, I should have been there. I should have been fucking seeing that woman's tits in the window.
Yeah, chicken was on the move.
I should have been there. And it's really disappointing that I cannot currently live my life like I want to because of these thoughts in my head. And it's fucking horrible. It really is fucking horrible. I'd love to go abroad. I'd love to go traveling the world. I've been offered a free place to stay for a month in Australia, on the beach in Australia, and you think, well, perfect. To anyone else, they'd be like, yeah, right, get your bags, let's go. Right, well, obviously with COVID, but
no one's allowed in.
Exactly, but I'm like, that sounds amazing, but I can't.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate on this one. For myself, I'm a worrier when things get on top of me. I don't know if I call it anxiety, but I can be a worrier at times. Do you find yourself when you're on your own that you can't do things? Whereas if someone's not physically dragging you, but like, come on, we're gonna do this. Me and you, we're going.
That's it.
Yep.
You've got me.
Yep.
I'm so thankful for Big Chief.
Yes and no. Yes and no.
Or put yourself in this situation. If it was myself and you driving down there, and you were driving, and I was in the passenger seat, I was like, we're going to Butlins.
Yep.
We're going. We're gonna have a fucking brilliant time. You're driving your car, and if you want to fucking leave, Titch, you can leave, and you can leave me there. Do you think that would have been a different situation?
Probably, yeah.
Do you think?
Probably.
Well, it's good to know for the future, man.
And I take it even small.
You're driving down.
Okay, even small things like this week, and I was going to say this earlier. Like this week, I went completely out of my comfort zone. Even something small like this week, I went with. I said it before about the dog whisperer, right? He goes dog training every Thursday, right? And him and his missus go dog training and everything like that. And they literally said, right, you're coming dog training. Here's a dog. Literally just handed me this dog. And was just like,
Let's
go walk it up there, do all this, do all that. Completely out of my comfort zone. And I was just like, they would literally just chuck me in the deep end. It's like, right, we're going to come up with you. We're going to do this. We're going to go and everything like that. And it was fucking, it was just like, if someone had said to me, go do that and everything, I would be like, nah. But it's the fact that they were there and everything like that. It was work with some comfort zone. I was feeling a bit like, oh God, this is a bit, but that's just like a small thing. That's, it affects every single day. It affects everything I do in every single day. But yeah, I feel like, if someone else was there, but it's going to take a lot for me, and I was talking about this with my previous partner a while ago. About going abroad, because she's very, very keen to go abroad. She's keen to go to Disney. She's a massive fan of Disney, and I'm like,
somebody has to be,
don't they? Fucking hell. Harry Potter and Disney is just her life, and it's just like, I would love to go to these places with you, and I'd love to see you enjoy it, but it's a massive step, and I don't know if I can take it yet, even with the person that was the closest person to me. I'm like, I don't know if I could. And you know, for me, it's about taking. I guess it's all about taking little steps. You know, my first protocol, I think, will be to go to sort of like drive over to France or drive over to Ireland and just.
I fucking hate the French.
I don't like the French either, but you know, at least if I'm over there, I'm driving over there, I can fuck it off pretty quickly over the fucking over the border. You know,
I think.
Ta-da.
I think the thing with, like, so what set me off was because obviously my ex kind of took me out of my comfort zone. She sort of introduced me to things. You know, it was stupid things like, you know, just going out and having a fucking social life. I spent 15 years literally in my fucking house. I'd work, come home to the ex and kids and that. And then all of a sudden that was gone. And I had that comfort blanket removed. And it was, you know, and I think that's what fucked me up more than anything else. That one comfort blanket. I kind of focused on her to, you know, she would organise
Support
everything.
you.
That was it. You know, she'd organise everything and, you know, I'd literally just show up. That was it, and I loved it. And then, of course, that comfort blanket was gone. I'm like, fuck, what am I going to do? And then that sent me on that fucking spiral out of control.
Without Chief, I couldn't deal with a lot of shit.
That's it, you know. And the problem was the annoying thing was, it was all my fucking doing. Because my head went, I basically, there was a situation between my son and her daughter, and instead of dealing with it, I just went, nah, fuck it, I'll do. Bollocks, just separate it, we'll do. And I'll try and compartmentalise everything. And I fucked up, and she was like, "Look, you've dumped me. I ain't coming back." You know what I mean? You know. So you know, which is completely, you know, it's not,
fair to her.
understandable. You know what I mean? And then kind of like, I then went through the whole fucking process of mourning because all of a sudden I went, "Oh shit, I fucked up." You know, and then I was like, you know, you did the whole fucking felt sad, ringing out, "Oh, please go back," all that shit. You know what I mean? And that comfort blanket was gone, and I felt really, really fucking exposed. And then that brings into the anxieties. And I'm like, fuck, what am I going to do on my own? I can't fucking cope beyond on my own. I don't know what to do, you know. And you kind of, your mind then fucking races. You get all these fucking situations in your head. Like I said, bring on the anxieties, and you feel fucking awful. And I would even say the anxiety is as bad, if not more, than the depression, because the depression, you sort of like. It's a constant. The anxiety is just fucking boom, 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 boom. And it's just like, and I can't even describe the feeling of anxiety like that. You just, everything in your body just fucking tenses up. And it's a fucking horrible feeling. And you don't know what to do. Your head's gone a fucking mush. You're fucked. You know what I mean? And it's just, yeah.
I know, just sort of, no, I don't mean to like interject in what you're saying, but I went out for a meal last night, actually, with my missus.
Anywhere nice?
The Poacher's Pocket.
Oh, yes, Daddy.
yes, nice. Huh?
Oh, yes.
Oh, Sinead,
I've never had a reaction like that or anything.
Oh, Poacher's Pocket.
Poacher's Pocket.
Never reaction like that to sex, hasn't it?
Everybody came simultaneously.
Poacher's good fucking meal,
yeah,
mate.
so I went to the Poacher's Pocket last night with...
Where was our invite?
Well, it was with my missus, her mum and dad, and my mum and dad.
Yeah, where was our invite?
Again, why didn't you set me up with the sister?
She wasn't there.
Oh,
I'm working on it, all right?
come on, set me up.
Fuck this useless cunt. He wants everyone to organise everything for him. He never sorted anything out for himself. You do you, boo. Don't you worry about him.
Me? You piece of shit.
Moron, depression. So
I didn't get invited.
No, sorry, I'm sorry. Next time, we'll have a doghouse meal out to Poachers. Is that better?
Fantastic.
All right, we'll wank each other off over steak dinners. So,
I kind of wanted a gammon.
Anyway, carry on, Tom.
So I went out for a meal last night with the in-laws, my mum and dad, my missus, and everything like that, and sort of carrying on from sort of what Titch and Gilo touched on about the anxiety side of things. So, I mean, everyone sat at this table. By that reaction, you'll know that Poacher's Pocket is quite a small pub.
Yeah.
Then
It's usually enclosed.
They love to pack the people in.
Yeah.
Now, for me, that was my worst fucking nightmare. And I spoke to my therapist about it today, and she said, "Oh, is it down to the COVID?" I couldn't give a fuck about the COVID thing. Yeah, I'm double jabbed. What do you do? I ain't getting that fucking booster. You can stick your booster up your fucking ass. But going into that, it wasn't a COVID panic. It was there are people here that can judge me. They don't know what the fuck's happened to me. They don't know what's happened to me to turn my depression on. They don't know what's happened to me when I was 21 years old. But
Like they don't know what happens. Full stop.
they don't even know who I am. Chances are they haven't even batted a fucking eyelid that I'm there. But a bit like sort of what Titch was saying and stuff like that, it can be anxiety about nothing. You can be sat there thinking, well, what if this happens and what if that happens? Chances are that's never going to happen, but your brain plays tricks on you to tell you that, well, you know, these people that don't know you are going to turn around and say, well, this, and this, you know, and it ruined my entire evening for nothing. Now I'm sat here saying it, and even while I'm saying it right this second, I'm sat here thinking, that was fucking stupid.
It's not though, is it? Because
It's
that's,
not.
you
You
have
have
no,
no
it's not in the
control over
slightest.
I mean,
You can't help how you feel.
okay,
You can and you can't.
I'll be completely honest. So, everything for me, for my depression, stems back to. I hope everybody doesn't mind me saying this. I was,
No, you
you know, I was
Say what
invited
you want,
on
boo.
as a third guest for everybody, and I don't want to be the person that takes over the podcast. So
No, no,
Right,
no, no,
hang on,
no,
hang
no,
on,
no,
hang on,
no,
hang on. Right, let's rewind here because I know how you're feeling
Right.
about this because you messaged me. Now, me and Gilo have been on about doing something for quite a while now, and we've said we've wanted to do something for quite a while now. When you came on, and I will sit here and say this truthfully, not just because you're here, but that was the best episode for me.
Oh, mate, awesome.
Your
Fucking
episode
awesome.
was the best episode for me personally. You know, for how much that it meant to me and everything like that. And you know, me and Gilo had a conversation. We were like, you know, and we obviously chatted to you and stuff, and we're like, we need to go on as a team now,
As a trio.
as a people that have suffered with this, because we can speak about it. You know, we have been through this. And, you know, you messaged me saying, you know, I've spoken to Gilo. Do you mind if I come on? And I'm like, yes, abso-fucking-lutely. We need you there.
Yeah.
Because not only have you been through it, you're a funny cunt as well, right? And
a funny looking cunt.
yeah, exactly. and like, no, obviously, and I hope you don't mind me saying, but you obviously messaged me afterwards saying, you know what, I don't think I can come on. I don't think I can do this. I don't think I can be there as that person. I'm like, look, mate, even if you turn up tonight and you just come on and just don't say anything, just come and listen,
beers in the background.
just to be here, that's absolutely fine. If you want to say anything, you can say anything. You know, it takes a lot, and you know, we will all know, being like this, it takes a lot to fucking say anything about our mental health. You know, you don't have to say anything if you don't want to. Just being here, as long as we can help you, we don't want you to feel like you are just an extra. You are someone who's come on this podcast,
you're
and
an integral part.
you are an integral part of it.
Unfortunately, you're now part of the doghouse.
You are,
You
and you're going to have
absolute
fucking
scumbag.
have it on your fucking
family,
legs soon.
motherfucker.
You are a piece of shit.
You are a genuine
Welcome, scumbag.
scumbag. And you know,
Certified.
when you text me saying, actually, do you know what, guys? I am going to come on and I am going to
fair
do this
shot.
with you. I was so fucking happy that you texted me that, and I was like, amazing, because to be honest with you, mate, if you'd have turned up tonight and you weren't going to say anything, I was like, get in that fucking seat, put those fucking headphones on, and get in front of that fucking microphone, for fuck's sake.
You know
So
what
don't
peer
ever
pressure
think-
is or no, Shaq?
Yeah, well, I would have fucking peer pressured you into it. Don't fucking worry. But
I
yeah,
would've just raped you. It'd be
sorry,
fine.
sorry to butt in, but you
Dangled his
were
fucking balls
never
above your head.
ever a third You're never a third wheeler. You're never third wheeler me and Gilo, I'll tell you that. You are an integral part of this, and so don't ever feel like that, please.
No, mate. I
love you, man.
You're an integral part, mate. You're an integral
Don't just
part
sit
of
in the corner wanking, strap a condom on and get in the middle of it, you can.
Fucking posh one.
Yes, Daddy.
well,
Anyway, back to it.
okay, so it's a difficult one for me, and I hope that you don't mind me sort of bringing it up now.
It's up to you. If you want to cut
So-
this afterwards, we can cut this. It's
Not
fine.
at all. Do you know what? I think it's hopefully it will have the same sort of reaction as the last time it did, and with everything.
All you
that-
want is attention.
It's true.
That's all I think any of us want. We just want a bit of attention, mate.
I don't
But-
suffer
but
from
you-
depression. It's anxiety.
You
and
look at
of
me.
not
Look at
being
me.
noticed.
I'm a fat 40-year-old bloke with a beard. You know what I mean? I'm wearing a fucking waistcoat for fuck's sake. I look like a fat fucking Fred Dibner, some sort of Dickensian fucking Fred Dibner. I'm the most attention-seeking. I've got a pocket watch and everything for fuck's sake. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what makes me want to touch a dick.
Right. Fuck this. Outside, Tom. Let's go. Come on.
Right, okay, let's get into the meat and two veg and not about me being circumcised. Shout out me and Reg were circumcised.
Jew gang.
Can I have a look or no?
Yeah, if you want.
And I'll be fine, lads. That'll be three of us then. I'm just
Okay, right.
we need
Serious.
to get the end
Depression.
of
Stop
the-
it. Depression. Okay, so I
Right.
touched.
Touched what?
I'll put some Kate Bush.
As long as it's not R. Kelly, because I'm not pissing on kids. Welcome back to the Doghouse. Titch just did a massive fart that was in F sharp. Right, so I sort of touched on it last time that I was here, and you know, there's an element of my depression of where it comes from. I've spoken to it about Gilo. I've spoken to it about to Reg and potentially Marlon. I don't know if he read the Instagram and
You have, yeah.
Yeah.
But you have personally told me.
have I?
Yeah.
Fuck me. I don't tell anyone. So this is quite big for me. Not my penis. That's tiny. But this situation is quite
Jodie
big.
did say.
Yeah, I know.
That's why she's coming over mine later.
Fuck's sake. Right, we'll get around to this at some point today. So, when I was 20, 21, I was in a relationship with somebody. I'm not going to mention her name because she is better off dead.
Piece of shit.
I
scumbag.
was physically, mentally, and sexually abused by somebody. That sort of stems back to the anxiety side of things that Titch was talking about. That I go into a room of people, and I think all of those people are looking at me thinking, you know, my ex-partner was 4'11" and fuck me, 60 pounds on a wet day. And I've had people turn around to me before and say, "Oh, why didn't you just do this? And why didn't you push her off? And why didn't you do that?" I have been brought up in the mindset of, well, no, it's not even a mindset. For me, it is exactly what it should be. I will never, ever, ever lay my hands on a woman.
Yeah.
Ever. I have the utmost respect for women in every way, shape, or form. But unfortunately, I picked the wrong person, and I was completely and utterly degraded, beaten up physically. She pushed me down a flight of stairs. She threw plates at me. She abused me in my sleep. Like, that is, for me personally, something that I will never, ever recover from. My current partner has told me that there's been times I've been fast asleep and she's brushed her hand past me, and I have
Reacted.
had a panic attack in my sleep to the point where she thought I was dying. And if me saying this will make anybody that listens to this have any sort of, I don't know, not, I wouldn't wish it on anybody. But if this has any sort of, like, someone can turn around and go, "Oh, do you know what? That's happened to me." Please, for fuck's sake, talk to me, because the worst thing I ever did was not talk about it, and I let it dwell. And I tell you what, my dad is the best human being I have in my life currently,
Love your dad.
because he picked me up one day and he turned around to me and he said, "I am fucking taking you out of this. So if anybody in the entire fucking world is in any way, shape or form in a relationship like that, please, for fuck's sake, see your way out of that and know that you are not the only person that's ever been through that, because I have been through that and I don't think I'll ever recover from that."
Can I say something here? I've been through that. And I've never spoken to anyone about it. And I've been through exactly that. And for me, it's a weird one because it was such a traumatic time that I've actually managed to weirdly forget about most of it.
And you will.
And
You'll block it out mentally.
And I was talking.
PTSD, isn't it?
I was talking to, weirdly, I was just talking to my sister. Now, my sister doesn't know, like, me and my sister don't really talk or anything. And it's not until recently she started to talk to me, and we were talking about stuff like this. Now, in my one of my previous relationships, when I was probably 22,
long time ago,
fucking long time ago, I was physically,
Which for me then?
physically, mentally, and verbally abused in a relationship. But I was so engrossed with love that I just accepted it, and I accepted that's just how it's going to be for my life.
Yeah,
and there was several things that happened, and it's very weird for me to talk about because for me at the time I've seen that as normal, and I haven't spoken about it to anyone since. And you saying that, Tom, it hits quite hard because my sister reminded me of the time that I was locked in my cupboard. I was locked in my cupboard by my ex-partner, who then stole my keys from me and just left me in there. And I completely have forgotten about this, and I'm thinking, fuck, like, that is a point where anyone from the outside would go, fuck me, you need to get out of that. But in that moment, you're so engrossed with it, you're so sort of there with the moment that you're just in with it. And I look back now and I realise that most of my I'm not going to sit here, and beat around the bush.
Like, we ain't got enough time, mate. There's only 6.5 hours left on the card.
Yeah, we ain't got enough time for everything then. But I'll talk about my previous relationships. But I've been in a few, all right, and they've not worked.
Love them bitches.
I fucking love them, mate, and they haven't worked. And I've always thought, it's something that they've done. It's something that they're doing, and I've come to realise only recently that. Maybe it's the way I think. Maybe it's the way I assume that it's going to be. I put up this barrier that I wouldn't be treated like that again. That I assumed that every single person that I'm with would treat me like that. And I've got this whole mindset. I could be with the most loveliest person in the world, but I'm so sort of...
You're scared of it.
I am. I'm fucking terrified of it, And I hold back a lot of emotion and a lot of feelings towards someone because of that.
Yeah.
And
I know exactly how you feel. So basically, praise the Lord, I found Chief.
Yeah, for sure.
Otherwise, I wouldn't be in this place right now.
Mm-hmm.
So before Chief, obviously there were 1 or 2, or 3 or 4.
And the rest.
Player!
No, I wasn't an absolute scumbag. That's it. Like, I was very loyal. But one piece of shit. What's the word? Pummeled in. She was the Don. She was the King Dick.
Be all and end all.
Yeah. But I don't know how. I don't know what happened. I managed to get out of that shit situation, and I ended up meeting Chief in Kudos.
Oh, classic.
And I tell you what, right? There's very few people that know this. When I first saw her, I was with...
This is amazing, this is.
Right. So I was with her brother.
Yep.
And
I had to think then. Who the fuck's up? Oh, yeah.
Curbs.
Yeah.
Curbs. Everyone knows Curbs. I was with Curbs and Murph, and I saw her at the bar, and I said to her, I'm going to spend the rest of my life with you.
That is some
And there is no bullshit there.
I just went out for a piss. Did I come back to Love Actually?
No, sorry, the pun's been deleted. And here we are, nearly 11 years later.
Wow.
Beautiful thing. Sorry.
How the fuck has Big Chief put up with you for 11 years?
I have no fucking idea. She's very tolerant.
And it's weird, isn't it? Because, like, it was only 4 weeks ago that I was in that relationship where I was like, this is it. This is this is
The one.
This is the one. And I was saying this to all of you here that I was so engrossed by that, and I was so like, this is it.
It takes hold so easily.
When it is good, it is the fucking best thing in the world. But when it's bad, holy fuck, is it bad? And every single person I spoke to was like, look, I know how you're feeling, and you've all said this. I know how you're feeling, but it isn't for you. It's not right for you. It's not. No. That's not how it's meant to be. That's not right. In that moment, I was thinking. I'm going to be honest. I was thinking, "Fuck you guys!" Like I'm still in this.
You're gonna.
I'm still in this moment that I want to be with her. This is it. This is this is it. And 4 weeks later, and it's only been this week that I've suddenly realised, and I've gone, "Fuck me."
I think. So, Tom, how many bad points have you had in your relationship with Joe?
0. Yeah. She's honestly, I can quite easily say she is without a Love Actually moment of I'm going to spend the rest of my life with Big Chief. Shout out to Big Chief. She's fucking sick.
I'll tell you what,
she will knock you out. She is.
Nah, I love Big Chief.
I've known her for probably longer than I've known you.
Fairy tale ass fucking relationship, bitch.
But no, again, with my missus, she is the biggest support I've had, because she is someone that has never been with someone or had anybody in her family or anything like that go through mental health issues. And with me, my mental health, all of a sudden, I sort of put it down to, I had the issues I've spoken about before, and then I was the last time with Jodie. She is unbelievable. She has done everything. She's gone above and beyond to learn about mental health and to adapt herself to mental health and whatever she can do to help me. And you sort of saying like, how many arguments have you had with Jodie? 0, because if I'm in a bad way, she will just turn around to me and she will say, right, we need to sit down, we need to go through this, and we need to figure out what's wrong. She knows every single part of what's gone on with my anxiety, my depression, everything
down to your ball bag.
Everything down to my ball bag. Even the fact that I nearly cut my own foreskin that doesn't exist off.
That's it.
And you met her last Saturday. She is the quietest.
Will do anything to help you out.
Fuck me. She went into 4 different shops to buy face masks
because we fucked up. Because
we're useless.
Yeah.
And again, sort of to reiterate and go back along to what sort of Titch was saying is, when you're in a relationship with somebody, I would put it down to I had 6 bad days of 7 and 1 bad day, 1 good day of the week. But that one good day when you're in love with someone wipes out the 6.
Yep.
I was physically, mentally, and sexually abused for 6 days of the week. But for that one day where she told me she loved me and everything was fine and we didn't have an argument, would wipe out the 6.
It meant 100%. More than the other 6. Yeah.
And it's that when I'm nearly 30 years old. I'm old as fuck.
How do you think I fucking feel, you cunt? Shut the fuck up.
I'm 30, nearly 30
but Gilo,
years old.
You don't look at any day over 23, I reckon.
Fucking get your tongue. No, you get your tongue back in my arse, love. Go on.
Yes, Abby.
But yeah, I now can sort of look at it and sort of go, fuck me. I put up with 6 bad days for 1 good day. What a fucking idiot. But at the time, when you live with someone and that's all you know, you go, oh, that's a normal relationship. That's what everybody goes through.
See, with me, sorry to interrupt.
No, carry on.
With me, I had it the way around. I was terrified of someone who was supportive of me.
Yeah.
I had 14 years with someone going, you're a bit shit, you're a bit rubbish, you're a bit crap. And if you leave, you never see the kids again. And I had that for 14 fucking years. And that is a massive part of the situation I'm in. And it was controlling. It was very weird. She would be like, oh, but I support you, but you're a bit shit, aren't you?
Sort of like a backhanded compliment.
Every time.
When someone will sort of turn around and sort of say,
you're doing all right.
Your car's nice, but...
Oh, yeah, your car's nice, but your dick's really small.
Yeah. And it was just...
That was one of the better fucks we've had.
Yeah. You made eye contact one time, and you sort of go...
right,
just tell me you love me, and that'll wipe everything.
But because of that situation, I taught myself out of so many fucking jobs.
Yeah.
You know, I like to think I'm a good engineer. I'm good at what I do. And I sit there and and she'd sit there and go, oh yeah, but it's shit that you're working away, or it's shit you're doing this, or it's shit you're doing, and it'd just be drip fed fucking poison in your ear sort of thing. And by the end of it, I was so fucking broken, and so my self-confidence was shot to shit. And then on the flip side of it, I met this girl Laura after we've been apart a while, and yeah, I was kind of terrified of someone that was going, no, you're a good bloke, you're a decent human being, and I couldn't fucking handle it. And then, of course, obviously, when the fucking wheels then fell off the wagon, I was fucking running for the fucking hills because I couldn't cope with it. So, yeah, that's what fucking happened with that, really. But yeah, 14 years of fucking misery. But then again, it goes with but when we had a good day, it was a fucking amazing day.
It wipes out every single bad day you've ever had.
You know what I mean? Yeah. But it was so cleverly done that I just didn't see it fucking coming. I didn't know it was fucking happening. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's funny you should talk about jobs as well, because that's another thing. Obviously, we've talked about relationships and how much they affect us, and they do really do. For me, jobs actually just affected me massively, taking aside from the sort of relationship side of it. So I am a qualified mechanic now. Allegedly fully accredited
Never
mechanic.
seen him with the spanner in his hand.
Nope, you won't see it now either.
You saw him with a spanner in the hand when I went to go and see him the other week, and I had me dick.
No, that was his dick.
Yeah, spanner.
I don't know. I saw him sort of crimping some stuff up. I went round.
He was crimping
I
me
do
dick.
Yeah, Titch, what you've just touched on there is...
My dick.
It ain't big enough. Right. So, I was where I was.
Yep.
For 10 years.
Yep.
And now you've just said that, it's just clicked. Good days, bad days.
Mm-hmm.
So you would have 4 bad days, and then a good day.
Yep.
And then you half a day on a Saturday. I got treated like a piece of shit.
Yep. 100%. So I went from college. I studied mechanics and motorsport mechanics, and I absolutely loved it. I went into some jobs after it just to sort of, just to get me by. And I thought, you know what? No, I need to go back into mechanics. And I joined a local garage. Now, as a garage, fantastic, absolutely brilliant. And I'm not taking anything away from them. They were absolutely brilliant garage. But the guy there treated me like an absolute piece of shit. And I was, and this is where a lot of my sort of anxiety towards work comes from, is I was told to my face that I was the worst mechanic he's ever seen, that I'd never make it anywhere in life, that I should go back to stacking shelves and stuff like that. And I was told that to my face. And
you must know my old boss.
I do. And it's one of those things where they affect you so much. I came out of that, though, a better person. I said, you know what? Fuck you. I'm going to go make this of something. And I went from there and I applied for 4 jobs, right? Working in 4 different dealerships. I applied for Land Rover. Thank fuck I didn't get didn't go there.
Not out of 10 would not recommend.
Nissan, Volkswagen, and Skoda. I applied for 4, and I went in with the thinking of, well, I'm a shit mechanic, so I ain't going to get any of these, but it's worth a fucking try, innit?
You have to remember, main dealer mechanics are shit.
Well, yeah, there is that. But I got offered jobs at all 4. And I was like, well, hang on a minute. How have I gone from the shittest mechanic and I don't make it anywhere in life to suddenly being offered 4 jobs in the same day? I took the Volkswagen and the Skoda one. I joined both of them. And from there, I became accredited. I then went and worked for a specialist in the VAG group. And, you
got to be special if you work in a VAG group.
You have got to be fucking special, and I am fucking special.
You're special to me.
With a capital R.
And, I made something of that. And I look now, and now I'm teaching it.
Yeah.
And for me personally, I look back and I think, hang on, I went from being told that I'd never make it anywhere in life, I was the worst mechanic I've ever seen, I'm now teaching young people how to do mechanics. And all I want to go back to is just wave my badge in front of him and go, look, mate, it's a teacher here.
Fucking suck on them, me chavvy.
See me now, bitch.
Suck on them, me chavvy.
Exactly that.
That's it. Like, work-wise, I was never told... I don't want to sound like a fucking absolute asshole. I was
Why
always
break the habit of a lifetime?
He's a cunt, isn't he? He's a fucking cunt,
I
isn't
can't
he?
explain how much love I have for you.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeovil was the best time I ever had.
Right. You are a piece of shit.
This is why we wanted you on it. You are just an absolute piece of shit. And I knew that I wouldn't be able to tell them the fucking truth, but you fucking come out with it fully, so crack on.
I know what I can do, and I can do a lot.
But I had,
Allegedly.
When it comes to cars.
I had the same situation. But I had the same. You know, it was kind of like I worked for a company called Kudos Rail, and I was a fitter there, and it was like, you're the useless fucking cunt. You can't do shit. You can't do this, that, and everything else. And then I left there during lockdown. I fucking basically my world imploded, and I went work for a company called Network Rail, which is basically a government rail company. And I got there, and the fact that I'm now recognised, you know, you walk in there and like you're actually treated as a fucking professional fitter,
human.
as a human. And this again, it goes back to fucking like, you know, shout at big sexy Phil. I'd fucking shag the fuck out of him. I really
Gets
would.
me every time.
Big Six Phil.
If ever there was a nickname you needed, it was Big Sexy Phil.
Oh, yeah, he
yes,
is. Though. He's a honey. But you know,
Is he as good looking as you?
oh no. He's better than me by a fucking mile. You know what I mean?
No,
he's a skinnier
bullshit.
version, no beard. He could
No
grow-
beard?
no beard. But he, you know, and it's just like you go back and you actually treat like a fucking professional. Fucking, you know, you're a fitter. You're a fitter. You know, you recognise the fitter. People ask your fucking opinion. You can do a fucking job. And it's getting that confidence back that you can actually go, yeah, I can do this fucking job. And it's a wonderful fucking feeling. It really is. Anyway, back to Marlon's story.
Basically, I applied for a job which I wasn't qualified for, and he took me on, which was really,
Yeah.
it's nice. But then 5 years in, it started to go to shit a little bit.
Yeah.
And then towards the last year or so, my right-hand man left, which I was completely gutted by.
It knocks you, doesn't it? It really knocks you.
He, basically, the owner boss shit turned into a narcissistic asshole.
Right.
And then there are so many things which happened. I haven't got another 4 hours to explain it, but basically, we used to go in 8 o'clock in the morning. That's when we start. Cup of tea. So there was an alarm going off down the back. It was an alpha. I went down. He was already there. He threw a set of keys at me, directly at me, and I was like, "I'll tell you what, I don't need you. I don't need this shit."
Oh, fuck you.
You take your
Done.
job, you take your fucking paycheck, you shove it out your fucking ass.
So he's had no staff for about 6 months.
Oh, fuck him. It's the same. It's the same with Kudos. I know I shouldn't be slagging off Kudos. Don't sue us. They're a massive company, but
Apparently, allegedly,
they treat their staff so fucking badly, and they did with me. And it was just fucking bullying at the highest fucking.
yeah, that's it. Like,
It was
it's
just
so
bullying.
nice to see them with their hands up their fucking assholes,
mate,
selling half their fucking land off.
Yeah.
Yes, Marlon.
Oh, my son.
Marlon's not fucking bitter about it, is he?
Fuck the useless cunts. You get what you fucking
Do you know what?
deserve.
Do you know what made me fucking laugh, especially with Kudos? Right, I started for Network. I was about 3 months into the job, and the fucking prick who made my life fucking miserable had the audacity to ring me on my fucking personal mobile and go, "All right, mate, how's it going? You all right?" I'm like, "All right, buddy, what do you want?" And he was sort of like, "All right, mate, yeah."
One was,
yeah. Well, allegedly it was, but it could be someone else. Yeah, would you fancy coming back? I was like, fucking stick your job at your fucking ass, you cunt. I've gone from fucking you paying me fuck all to a reasonable wage with a final salary pension. And oh yeah, they don't treat me like a fucking cunt.
that's it. As soon as I left, I blocked everything. The cunt
mate.
can't even get hold of me.
Mate, they're just some fucking sacks of fucking shit. And it just, and just knowing.
And it's so
that they're
nice to
struggling.
see them suffer.
Oh, mate, it's just retribution.
I'm not a sour cunt. I'm not. I'm not a sour cunt.
No, neither am
but
I. But it's nice to see people that are giving you shit taking some.
Get there just fucking.
You've got it.
desserts.
Yeah. What goes around comes around.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
it. I firm believer in that. Right.
Old boy once said to me, "Always be nice to people on the way up because you never know
Yeah,
when you need them on the
that's
way back
fucking
down."
right.
fucking
I'll tell you
perfect.
what, that's words I fucking live by.
How long have we been going?
That's right.
Long ass time.
Yeah. Right, so before we disappear, I got a couple of shout outs from everyone that's helped me out this week. So, shout out to Bear Trans, old Russell Davies. You probably haven't seen this, have you?
If it's on your Instagram or the Facebook, no.
Right. Russell Davies has given us a trailer to stick her up.
Well, what? Sorry?
Brand new reefer.
What?
We can put whatever we want on it.
Oh.
What's this? What's this? Talk to me,
Yeah.
boys. What we saying?
Explain it to.
Right. So Russell Davies runs Bear Trans.
Right,
He has reefer units,
right.
refrigerated trailers.
Yeah.
He's got a new one coming in Feb.
Yeah. Oh yeah!
Free reign.
Oh yeah!
I need time. I'm going to need time
Yeah.
to think about this.
Oh mate,
Right.
He's big in a fridge game.
Fucking big in a fridge
Big in a
game.
fridge game.
Right. Jen Warren, thank you so much for fucking helping me out.
Shout out, Jen
Warren. Yeah. I couldn't have done it without you. Sam Thomas and Miles Frankham, you absolute scumbags. Sam Kendall, Sam K Vlogs on the Insta. Get your tang hand out, Shag. Also, I just want to shout out the women.
Our wives.
I've no.
No.
Just women.
The women
not the
followers. I've noticed
Every woman but your wife.
Right, okay.
Right, I've noticed the women following is going up now.
It is, yeah.
So I just want to shout out the women that listen to us
Because it's a lot of man chat and a lot of
It's-
fucking bollocks.
Because it sure as shit ain't my looks, you all flat fucking feet, Shag. One more. Scott Lawson and all the oil field workers.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
Shout
Whether you're
out to him.
Scottish or not, mate, you're all right.
Well, all day against you.
You're right by us, boss. Right, anyway.
Can I just say thank you very much for tonight? This,
Oh, thank you.
This has
Thank us.
this has been something that I've been looking forward to, but not for
Yeah, I
a
know
very
what you
long
mean.
time,
Yeah.
and it's really helped me, and I hope that it can help someone else out there.
for sure.
And I'm gonna stand with everyone in saying this because we're all gonna say it. Our inbox is always open. Obviously,
Always.
Reg is
Yeah,
not
definitely.
because he's off fucking social media.
Right, so
but in the doghouse
Reg
is
is a
always.
fucking millennial cunt.
Let's get the doghouse, 1,500 followers.
You piece of shit.
Hashtag fuck Reg, hashtag fuck Marlon on my
Yeah,
legs.
get
And
it.
also, again, to reiterate what Titch has just said, thank you to both of Marlon and Reg for giving the platform to me, Gilo, Titch, fucking young farmers, fucking everyone.
We're just the guys with the internet
We
connection
are
and a
pieces
couple of
of shit.
microphones.
You do,
But you're not.
You do yourself down.
You are.
Yeah.
So
Oh my God, Reg! You fucking put yourself down so much, and you're
Stop
just like,
it, you
well,
fucking
we just supply you with the microphones and a couple of beers. No, you don't.
Let's just I'm gonna go
Didn't
out,
supply me with any fucking beer.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here, right?
Nobody's sticking my ass.
You hear me now? The
Hear me now.
doghouse single-handedly has saved my life.
Yeah.
You can't deny it because I've messaged the Facebook and I have said the words that I've said to both of you. I am forever. I'm proud to tattoo your names on my leg.
Yeah.
One, because I really want to suck you both off.
This is why you're a piece of shit.
But the other is genuinely like. Before the Doghouse podcast, I sat in my own depression and I cried myself to sleep every night because I needed something to wank with. And my own tears were the only thing that justified me doing it. Right?
You're a scumbag.
But, you know, me and Marlon, we've been friends for fucking years and we didn't talk to each other for years. And then all of a sudden, we've gone the Oval, we wanked each other off, he held my pocket, we did all sorts.
We did jail things, all
Me
right?
and Gilo, we've never spoken before. I put my episode out. Yeah, my episode. Gilo messaged me and asked if I was
Big in
okay.
the podcast game,
We've
Mike.
spoken nearly every day. Me and Titch. Without that, we've now fucking become really good friends. I'm friends with all of you. I consider all of you very, very, very good friends of mine.
Thank you very much.
And because of the doghouse, I'm still here. So
Yep.
do not do
Bring
the
out the
whole.
doghouse. Bring out the
We only
doghouse.
supply the microphones and the beers. You haven't. You've saved lives.
Yeah.
Well done.
So no pressure. Don't fucking stop now, alright?
If fucking Greg brings back season 1, he can fuck off.
No, but seriously, the amount of people that sit there and fucking live for Doghouse Friday. I do it every fucking Friday. You get me home every fucking week.
The thing is you two still don't realise this. No. You two still don't realise how much you are a pair of idiots, and that's what you'll keep saying that. But you two don't realise how much of an impact you have on people just by doing what you're doing. Yeah. It is incredible, and you two really need to know. I am not going to put fucking In the Doghouse on my fucking car for no reason. All right,
I'm not putting In the Doghouse on my fucking leg for fuck. You know what I mean? That's how much it means to all of us. Every single person that fucking listens, day in, day out, religiously. We sit there, we get up, we go, right, fuck me, it's Friday. And the first thing I think of is like, fucking happy days. There's an episode of the Doghouse to fucking listen to. Reg is normally fucking whining.
As long as Reg hadn't clocked it for like.
Oh, yeah.
Not 1 a.m.
I will never live this down.
Just remember, Reg, that's where that message came from.
But you boys, every single fucking week, you sit there and I know, and not be funny, it can't be easy that every fucking Friday night you're putting a fucking, I know we sit here, we have a laugh, we have, fucking get pissed, we have a giggle.
This is the easy bit.
But, you for everybody that fucking listens, we all sit there and we look fucking forward to on a Friday fucking morning, Friday afternoon, Friday evening, whenever it is you listen. We fucking look forward to an episode, and we know that you're fucking dedicated enough to give us an episode every fucking week. Look, obviously, things will fucking happen, and there's reasons you won't be able to do it, but we look forward to it every week.
No, there won't be. Fucking 1 a week, ride or die, bitch.
Yeah, because Tom Carver's mental health depends on it.
Not this cunt again. Jesus
You uploaded
Christ.
it late once, and he nearly topped himself.
He's a fucking needy cunt, this one, isn't he? But no, it's
I love all of you.
But it is. Every week we look forward to it. We all fucking do. And you fucking, both of you, do yourself fucking down on it. You're fucking brilliant. We love you dearly. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you,
This is the Working Man's Podcast.
Working Man's Podcast.
Doghouse for Prime Minister.
Even though Reg is a fucking Tory.
Useless piece of shit. The thing is, like, me and Marlon live like 2 minutes away from each other. We come to this little fucking garage in the middle of buttfuck nowhere, and we sit here, we drink some pints, we record a podcast, and then I upload it on my phone on a Thursday night. So it's like, it just seems minimal. Do you know what I mean?
Bear in mind, like, it is edited on your laptop.
Yeah, it's edited on
And
a...
I've only spent about 12 hours this week sending out merch.
Yeah, we do. There's work that goes into it. Don't get me wrong, like huge amounts of work, but we don't see the reach. Do you know what I mean? We don't see how far it goes. We don't know. We don't see the impact. We don't see. We see the followers on Instagram. We see the amount of plays that we get on.
Didn't reach 1,500 though.
Oh no, we didn't. No,
I'm telling you now, you reach 1,500, I'm having that fucking tattooed on my leg.
Oh, I'll do it with a
You'll
fucking.
get- we'll
I'll
get
do
there.
it prison
We'll
style
fucking get
shag. I'll empty out a biro and get a couple of fucking. Get a couple of
Gonna get his dick out though.
hypodermic syringes. We'll do it
Like-
myself, sure.
I don't want to, we've been recording Fuck Me for nearly 3 hours. I don't want to keep banging on. You need to end the episode. You've got wives, you've got girlfriends, you've got whatever. Me and Gilo need to go off and suck each other off.
Yeah, definitely.
You both of you need to fucking really understand that
You need to wake up
It's
and
not
smell the success.
like you have single-handedly created a podcast that I've said to you in the last episode. It's relatable to me because I've known Marlon since I was 15 years old. I've known of you since we were in school.
I
because your
didn't touch
nickname
him,
was
I promise.
You did touch me. Your nickname was Pikey in school.
will
No one
later.
forgets a nickname like Pikey. But at the end of the day, like what we know, we've done 2 podcasts together now, which in total accounts to about 5 hours worth of knowing each other. But I would tell you something that I wouldn't tell someone I've known for 15 years, because you've created this podcast that now creates a support network of people. I came on for that episode and I had 15, 20 people message me and say, it's really brave of you to do that. Without both of you doing that, that doesn't happen. So you can sit there and you can say, oh, we're only a microphone and a couple of beers, Shag. Let's not forget, I've brought in guest beer twice since I've been on, and I've been on 2 episodes. So technically, you've brought me fuck all.
Oh, fuck off.
But without your platform of today, this episode will come out on the Friday that it comes out, and I have told people about the experiences that I have had that have caused me to suffer with what I suffer from. But without the both of you, I don't have that way of being able to convey that to people. I've not met the people that I have met without both of you.
Yeah.
So you have to understand that for me, your podcast has genuinely saved a life.
Yeah.
And I will never, ever be able to thank you enough for that. And
Yeah, boys, Roger Marlon.
absolutely.
Roger Marlon. And
boys.
Captain Titch in the background.
Now get your cock out so I can suck it! Anyway.
Thank you, boys. Yeah, we do appreciate it. We're very humbled. I'm very humbled, and I don't really know what to say. So, yeah, without any further ado, I've been fucking Reg.
I've been fucking Marlon.
I've been Gilo.
I've been Titch.
And I have been the flip-flop throwing motherfucker that is Tommy Tom Tom Carver.
And that's the end.
Thanks for that.
Until next week!